benim March boso meni da etoso edu mienu abononsia ewo fache TV so omaya de share ma munyina chi yesan ema mo akwaba e de ba fidi kese so anopa nyame na ya mama Israel enka nyina yeti nkwam na moje di afrosane na ya sedan kuto ene sefata se de manyankopon anopa yi kase ya yensa soso na mebeken kan dia sommom dia beba ni bi ene se onwonyamfo Alexander Fenyomakin esre senke betumi a woni a wokoto application form safi wopeso woko recruitment exercise ya na security services ne ye na wanfa wo mu nyina won sika won tua sana aseye hye amanonensam so bo amane se Ghana de hye binom akohye nkwanhia e wo UAE ebra drone accident bi esi yeso sese won mo ho ye ya wabo ho amane sansem yi ya maboso yi ebinom ka ho ena no pai mede ebesomo medi ede afia twum wa ketri Ghana de hye bebre ye mabunu ane wo mo pepa se wode wo ho ekodom bambo agina tukuo no won mo nyina gitwi ekototo forms se recruitment exercise ampanimfo bo prr so obia nkoye bie no won mo so de won ho behyem nanso ebra aniema ekọ animo no amane e kire se dodo no a na wotiri anya yi a wanfa won madwumam enti osahene Alexander Fenyomakin a woye minority leader so oginam na wakasa de ama Ghana mabunu se enei aniema mu ode papa Obrano aye bono asetena mo aye dendenden ama ho kire ewo ho enti se nipa dodo no a won mutimi nya sika ekoto forms no abaya amfa won madwuma de a na sefata se wosan ede won sika ema won ti omo minority de eya desre eno de to abaya nim se wo masika no enkokwa wo amfa obi adwuma esefata se sika ya nipa no ede bepre ye no wosan ede ma no na daache wo de akosie na bre bi duru bie mu a wanya foforo ede akoto forms ne bi
is held, and whether there is a way that if they don't get the opportunity, they get their monies refunded. If they cannot refund, then there must be a system to move them next year. Yes, Mr. Speaker, a system of, because over 250,000 people have bought forms, 90,000 plus going through aptitude tests, and we are being told only 5,000 will be taken. All those revenues, monies, Mr. Speaker, it is us, they come to us. So that is a secondary issue. But for now, I feel assured from his comment that the sector minister will address this and terminate the system if possible, or review it so that a proper way of testing. Where I sit is a hot seat.
Osahine Alexander Fenyomakin minority leader no wose so okotwane bema ewo wanzam ho no anya ntwa ne pieto nka ho enti saa sika ni nyina ban hwe no anya refund na enra wosofo wo hye amanyue so ora Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak wane ensemtrefo ye to nkra free Ghana Mrashebedwafie parliamentary press call no hia ye ni nyina ye recruitment exercise ya won mo ye ehun nkomodie ani nchinu ahyew ya aba ama Ghana mabunu kasa na oba bekire mu se applications ya won mo jagu mu na 500,000 empema henum nanso so se sie baabi a aban se kasem ejina no na obetumi aka ne se wo mo abefa nipa no a emro so bebre akwa animu a ena ye mpem num ye 5,000 na watchester dodo no a na stages ya won mo ko mu wo matimi akoduru baabi a ye behwehwe wapomden mu ne ehun se wugina wona so wo ahoden ya obetumi a ye nti nipa 500,000 na 125,000 per ana won mutimi kodru medical stage no eno nti na sese wo kire mu sama Ghana fo hu se aban se kasem enti ana wo tete eniema so esa.
By the time the deadline for application was closed, and this is very important, there was a total of 506,618 applicants. Over 500,000 Ghanaians youth were urging to be able to join our security service. This is an excellent thing. People who want to come forward and be able to serve their country, which is a very good thing. But as all of us know, Out of these over 500,000, there was over 130,000 applicants to the police alone. The police force we have is 49,000. Yet we had 130,000 young people wanting to join the service. With the Ghana Immigration Service, by the time we closed the portal, to our utmost shock, there were more applicants to the Ghana Immigration Service than even the Ghana Police. The total of over 180,000 young men wanted to join the Ghana Immigration Service. But the interesting thing is that today, the Ghana Immigration Service, the strength from the Comptroller General to the last officer at immigration stands as 18,300. And unfortunately, because of the space, the fiscal space, we could only have a space for 1,000. When you come to Ghana Fire Service, by the time the portal closed, there were 124,000 applicants. 124,000 applicants for Ghana National Fire Service. Meanwhile, the current National Fire Service, from the chief fire officer to the last officer, they are just about 17,000 plus. The Ghana Prison Service, when the portal closed, there were 71,000 applicants. The Ghana Prison Service, as we speak today, their strength is just a little over 14,000. And in the case of the Ghana Prison Service, the space could only accommodate 500. So the total space we have to be able to.
Enti onmonyamfo muntaka ebubu nipa dodo ya one more efa application forms wo miamia hodo security agencies no mu no en wo kasafa aptitude test and social ya one more nam artificial intelligence AI so ye na no so minority no kasatia se ene internet ni ba bia nti saade no omo ye no so do how aba no se na nipa ne do so nti de na wo mbetumi aya ene se wo be online aptitude test.
Definitely you have to develop something that will help. You may talk about how fair the thing is or how unfair it is, but what method are you going to use as a way of not using human interference? So that I look at you and say, okay, you can go. You are too short, you can't go. You are too fair, you can't go. That one is too tall. I mean, so you have to use a system that is devoid of human interference to enable the system to carry you to that end. Yes, I know the disappointment, I know the difficulty, but the issue is about joblessness and not issue about the security. And you, all of us know, you want to get a professional police officer, you want to get a professional immigration officer. You just don't want any person who will go in. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, we are having a challenge with people with mental issues in the service. You have people with drug issues in the service. All these things are things.
Honorable Atwaso, Nasima Walker nyina ne say applicants dodo ya afi won mutimi pass ko drew examination and answer won mo ehhehwe wapomde ho nsa medical examination no nanso so wanya kwan e security agencies num kiresa wanfa won no wodo ho nsam nyina besie amadaache ebia akwanya bi eba e wo meba mbo agina tuko num na wo san apanipa wo mu e no be consider won kane.
The president instructed that, look, those who qualify and pass medicals, let's keep the data. This is the first phase. We are hoping that maybe later in the, because remember this current recruitment that we are doing is a 2025 recruitment. Hopefully when we are out of the IMF, we could do the 2026. So we'll pick from that same data. Hopefully, if maybe it's past 6 months, then you can only ask them to repeat medicals. But
Onmonyamfo Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak Interior Minister and Watcher Nsem Mono Parliamentary Press Kwa no amudi nkomo yensem treni na nakwa kubo fire waton krafri fi hobreye no ka ho bim enti na mane enie na security one more recruitment e de ensem papa pasa de omanfo ahya ase na wo bo aban ne to hye pressure no ayekese Mustafa Bande Deputy General Secretary Edema NDC Amanyuku no. Wano so di nanu atomu bi no ose aha ba bi ansam ne keka pro no. Esese wonne Ghana mabunu ya adwene se wono mokoto form se wo bekọ akope soja any security agencies nyuma ya aka na wono mo anya dia. Sika no wo mu tua ye ne nyina esese aban refund. Won fa won ma de ma won yetimi aboa ma wo mahunu se nkontabuo mapa akoso ewo baabi efrisa mu jai applications mu makomako 500,000 na munim se aban no eka eda ne soso oman sika se mu nyina yie na mbetimi afa nipa 5,000 pa na se mo pesa mo boa pa na mubu emebunu efa so obebunu no awo ba obehye ne boso obema na adwuma aye no wa ama na adwuma anya ne kakrawa wo no wonsa nyai emmo ne nyansakro no ewo ho enti Mustafa Gbande say one minority leader afenyo marking eya adwene se sika no wo mo refande e de memabunu no a ebeboa. Foreign Affairs Ministry eyo meya hye yekese ya ehwe amanone ensem so Ghana eni amama ya hodo nkutahudie eka ho bi wo mo ebo amane se enano March 11 ye enrampo arehusem bi esiye ewo United Arab Emirates UAE empotamu ho ni nyina eye drone ya na wonomo ede enamwemu adidi dwuma ebetihwe enya enkwanhia ema Ghana fo mienu efemu epraye na sade wonmo ebo amane ni prane nhyeda nye de ano edin bebre enu nti sesie ya wonmo kasai womo ho ye papa ya boni bia mfrechire ama na wose ba bia accident ni si ye ne be Dubai International Airport tikrata ya ahye ne de aba abontene so no na wo kasetia anamotuo ahodo a ekoso ewo UAE ni mpotamu am ebetimi ede omanfo enkwa ekuta hwenhwen fi se won mu nyina aba ho so oba be ya adwuma ede aboa amoman no etumpon na afa ne ntuma pa efra said de Ghana aban na musini ya wo United Arab Emirates echiremu no woni ejinatukuo ya efri Abu Dhabi na afa Dubai wonomo so anamusifo atena ye nyina ahia na wonomo ekwa ya sabia ekohye Ghana adehia wonomo epraye no na de ahye no eka nyina ne se wo mani di nsem ya chi papa wo behwe sen Ghana adehia no wonkodi nsenseme na wo ho nkyere won bibia mu aya sabia emu akatua ne ade nyina consular ne behwe se wo bema wonomo emmoa bia ya esefata na Ghana ban eda so ebo ne homodin se na de hye wo ba bia no wode bambo ya emudo ebema wonom enti wo mo so a wakopie mu ewo Dubai ene Gulf region miamia ahodo a ewo ho no ebere bia ya wo mo enhwe se obeyi asobrache ato nchen na amane a ebefiri mpanimfo nchen aba no de beya adwuma pepepe na etimi aboa ama wonom so abo won ho ban ewo ho sede beya atore nchem foforo bia enko esi anopai kasia ye de abesom wo fache TV so no ha ne ye de nyina aba wieye Edu gas oven and stoves ena abo michidom wonom ye adwumakuo kasia wieye bremu wonom aba na wo boa ye ne enu anuane etonton ye ne ye pastries ahodo se eye cake na woto anase meat pie bibia ya wo ye na wo use gas na wo pe oven anase stove na wo de ade odwuma ebeboa wo na niam akọ abasahre so ama wo no Edu gas oven and stoves ena mekamfo acho ye kọ Kumase Swamia post station na chi pepepe ena omochi akwan ewo ena aboa soso wonom wo ho nti ba bia ben wo bia no abo anan ekọ no akope gas oven any stoves e de free Edu ho na de ade udwuma ama na boa utime fa wo numbers no egu screen ne so no na sede wo penkyeremu ewo nkaebo ehu bia no wo bisa ama mpanimfo e de ama wo madaro man mabeso mu imidi e de afia twumwa Kaakyire Thursdays edition Daybreak enche Kojo Marfo ne abadwafo betena se na won mo de ato aso yakra mo nyina
Kaakyire the Maestro abusuafo yi ka ho bi na no pay ya transe na se de ye ne da no ye de Daybreak dwumadie no ebrel on behalf of the production team, the technical department. Ya da obi bia se nhwe yense ya nipa bi na eye adwumaso wa akira ma yen ye de no eba abonten ma no ye fe nti ye da won ase sene da ye no no pay wo akwanya se woni edi nkomo o joining on our social media platforms, Facha Television on Facebook, Facha Television on TikTok, Facha Television on your YouTube. You can also join us as you read our stories on our website, fachaonline.com. fachaonline.com. Send us your messages on 020-754-3637. 020-754-3637. Or the messages in our ba, Rebecca kind of strong kokwanso, near Mamma so at Wonka. A breast, se one mampany, ebedin como. Ɛno nso ɛyɛ nkɔmɔ a uma mampani ehunu ye wo ye nea ɛkɔso wɔ mantamu ɛne ne ɛha wadwen ne nyinaa no mampani tie na mpanimfo tie a na mo ɛsɛ so tu wɔ ho no na wayɛ ne saa pɛpɛpɛ de ama ɛnra agodie hu nsɛm ɛbae Champions League ne ho nkɔmɔ bae ma nkɔfo sesa score line no egu wɔn ho de kɔ wɔn kurom a anɔpɛ ɛho nhyehyɛ nyinaa yɛbɛmo ate local football nsɛm no ɛtesɛn ana. And Ramete said the Black Stars captain, Eka, about no inclusions. I've heard other people raise the issues. Whatever it is, the day are you for some of us should be at the World Cup. Emabumfu, I drink Chenwa, Yachre de, Unso Chreo de. I would you win some yet the Bebron on some pepe, the team no, at them come a woman in so April. If you say break up him, say, none do bebono. Ya know, ana ete, ya know na edin komo. One. I apply to be at the security services, those who want to be there, those who are not getting the opportunity. And I'll pay Kwenya. Now, on top of the morning, yedi hon komo. Party executives say, the iron, yamfo biya unya Kwenya, ekoye, na yamfano, yamfani sikamano. And common ye say, oh, the abeduni dear, don't worry, just allow, momon train. Next year, ye fa, ebedi kan ya fa omo, ansa na ya fa, won a eka ho, mesro ya fa no, ye kan se ye employ omo, twi kasa na du baabi a, na won adwen ye no, afa na kwan horo bebre so. Di anope ye bedi ho nkomo, na ye bisa, se ye mo atwen, na next year ya fa omo a, ye bisa se na nanu bi nyesa nkomo ya nana, enuanum no bi edia. Yes, nada na mudi nkomo a etesa. Obekai. Se bribi atwam no. Yes, security services. Ye fa university nkofo peso mko university a. Ye ton forms bebre, ye fa nipa kakra bi. Na se munim nipa a mo befa wo mo de a. Ade na mo ton forms bebre sa. Anopei, mabedwafo edi ho nkomo na ye ma wakwanya na wonso a kira adwen. The African proverb. Ebibrim yabebuo no anopei yeni ho nkomo. The African proverb this morning says, words are sweet, but they never take the place of food. Words are sweet, but they never take the place of food. That's the African proverb. Kaakyire.
Yo, abusia anopei so yedibi enam. Yase kasa de pa nanso entumi si aduane anemu. Mijidi sa wote enkomo yase se emfa ho ne ensem dokodoko a wote no wasom no. Esese nipa no a wo kasa ensem dokodoko no ama wo na ya wo de wo wasom no. Otumi ye ho adwuma. In this scenario, yemfa ne se aduane no agina ho ema adeyo results etai achiri. Enti nipa no a wahia no o sweet talkeo. Kasa ne ye wasom de. Ede na nipa ne ye ema e kire se asam no a waka ne nyina etesa. Bre ye hu. Wase na ni je wo hu. Enti wade na no ye ne hu yi papa. Obi kura ti mi kasa hwe. Wonim ba bia me free wo hu nte menka. me ofani Ibrahim Mahamo jata cement kura factory no me na me hyeso enti e ba sa no eya ode wudi mirika wade ha mabra yi moko wampe asam no okan ye no akiri kwan no wampe mu anhu se ampa ofiri Ibrahim Mahama fie ukoye ya wode ha wie ye na afa hu se ente sa no sweet talk no obedi ada na there be actions they say speaks louder than words enti yensusu ma yasum enye ye de bebre ensem dokodoko ya ye kan gu yasum no yensusu ema ne nya ye demro so ensensa ye bepre ahwehwe accountability bra pani a wode wo hu yi wano ya wo hu yiye na ware area emaya no hwe yo na wokeka a ente sa na de we mayiwa no eye den a da che hu sunsan so ho bi a wadwene ya wo se o hu nokre no no ayi wudi afrim eye nokre se de mpanimfo ka se wode wano do nwira ebi nwo no etisa nanso mpanimfo no a na se enye da wo befa bo na watu atwa esofra no ene ho mpafen esiwo enti didiko kama eba ebetua wo kada ache adwumawura wonso wo de wano doko asi adwumayefo ho o munya adwuma no mummiri mu moja ni ye nyina ne ye yi a obia bedidi peche enti ne mrante ne maba wa nyina do mo last eguso wo mo ye adwuma no nanso bona wo hye wo mo no wani so enti edru baabi na adwumayefo ne nyinyi won mo di yaw ewo mumu ewo asem a wo ka kire wo mo na anu bi nanso wani so no minim sawunim ne shawtrim say a hungry man is an angry man wo sha ne boss e ba ye bedidie abom na aba na nko an na wudi adodode no ewo mu no da krope wo nyina agi bum de abufuo sore se obete osu atua samre no ne na nya obi ne kumantwi bo asi akono a ne pe ene odi ne ti akwaji akyerema enti yesre yensusu makasade no enya yasomu de ne empre eho accountability efise enya kasa ya ede no ene ebedi ada bibia mu wo kan hwese eho na montuo actions ebeta ya kire ya ede good results ebeba ede ama nipa no a wo kan ensemde akire no na daache ansan anye emma entwa amebo ti anope ye futuo kakra ya ede nam African proverb yi so ede ma ye nyina ye hu se wo de kasa de kan asem to obi trim na ye bosha di wo bosha no so na aboa ama enipa no so ede anigye aye de sese oye na munyina amanya so emfa so aseda enkoma obia
na jese Kaakyire yehyiehia mo ne ye nyame nhyira wo ho ayefe ne ade ne amfesika anhye obotomu a sabio kasa hunu wo
se me ho ayefe yese kwaache ade efe a ye de sika ena eye se ne nkrofo so se nkwanchan ade efe a ni se kwaache ade efe ye de sika ena eye intimate heye miti igu so kamen me de sika na boye abeku ama me sika nkobo enso edi na wotwe mienu ko no ohun se ho ahyase Kaakyire na won sesa wuti no bring it na me fa nkosesa ne ma this apepepe nete
all right
mususu nkasa monfa action no entato
anope nkomo ne yetiawa de de hyase asem a aba eno ka hu bi enema NDC party for no hyase se wo mo woso wo mo ho eno mo se wo mo ahu se nana ba na moa ene ni nuanum bi nso koye adwumadie bi ewo UK abonten so na omo bisa omo se eba no sen
women of valor
dede nu nyina ye se ase ebi adidi ebi nidi bada no pay ye bisa wo eden pa na wa ba bi awo no ufi se esese esi nipa dodoɔ no a wɔn apply sɛ wɔn nya akwanya akɔsom security services ni mu no mpanimfoɔ sɛ na wɔn fa nipa 5,000 asɛmbisa ne sɛ na sɛ yɛ 5,000 dia nipa over 300,000 meboa
500,000 ni actually enra hun say
omunya akwanya
ai o ma breakdown
na omu apply na yese ye de asem na se ne yenim ni say dia ade ne ma wo ha wo enkomo no ba ko ewo mu yese na ade no mo kan se mo ma ye protocol wo mu aye ma wo mu protocol no nso say ya bounce wo mu so mo bisa se na protocol protocol there ye bounce me saying because matese ye so anya hwe constituency bia ye fa nipa 2 constituency bia ye fa nipa 2 nti nipa 2 or constituency na constituency chairman ba ne wo fa ase under protocol so wa anya enkomo no mu di ne saying ka chi
Kojo
ye nya ne den ye mo mo ntwen ne ye mfo mo na asi na ye fo mo na asi ade a se ne MPP die ye bia o
asam no bibia wo ho na enkomodie no nyina akogina se den na wo ton forms more than 500,000 now beka se due to financial constraint aban ni sikasem so ntimo betimi afa enipa 5,000 ebinum so bisa se na ebia nipa 5,000 no omo ho forms pepepe na o print ba ye na dodo no unqualified so a na nkasan ene ebeye no ni nyina ye obi adwenkyere no efa kwam nanso mebisa se yentimi enya system bia ebia ye be ne se applicant dodo bia ebebe bia ye be so wo mu na mom application ni free obia enko apply free bia online portal so na fe ya shase efrenti ebra omo eye screening no in stages anasa in batches no mo a won qualify no wo yi wo free mo a no wo hunu se ade sei enti na wan qualify te se aptitude test ya wo mo koye ya so wadwene ahwe na se antentam a eno no enye obia mfonso adwene no ena amfa se de mpanimfo ehwehwe no afei ebia wa pass aptitude test wakọ wanim akwaye medicals examination no eho so ebia ade ba ko mienu bi nti ahoden no eni ho saa a obetimi afa military training mu anase security agency bia training mu enti ayi esinchen eno so megidi se nkante ase ebe ya adwuma de sesei ama asam na ye huhu na ye ni ha ne eye sika no a wo mo agye woni ekotua protocols kanu kra de nya bi ni 200 Ghana no a mo amukọ fa ayi normal application mo de koye no pem anim enti samuchi se sika nyina wie na eduru se mo fa nipa no adwuma na ho na mo ba be sone so anokwasem na ho asam kanu akoye bibia wo ho na enkomodie no asen aba begina refund minority leader akane de sa se wogidi se wo mo refund sika no a ebeboa Mustafa Gbande deputy general secretary ma NDC wono anso abeka wa kyerɛ wɔ ne Facebook post mu ama no pɛ kura ye di hu nkomo kakra wɔ news flash so wasi sika no de refund no ehia fi se de mpanimfo ka no sabe mi kotwa me bibi wɔ wanzam ho ma enya ntwa me pie to nka wanzam
anopɛ ma minchia Apia stadium why
down okay
zabe no a ubu ye zabe no a ubu ye
ne je ho pa
ne be pa
okay ai ukotwa wa de wɔ wanzam
this is one national GPS be bia o
ai na se ye nya ntwa de no a upieto no enka wanzam edem esesa wo fa wa de eko na yemisa se applications dodo sign na Ghana ha enwuma bibie na obi koya ya refund wo musika ema won woni a wanya adwuma no ebia refund nkomodie na becha pa na ebekwa animu na nsoso ye nhunu ensunsanso bia ewo ho entimi de wo mo kan refund no mene omunya nya adwene 100% NCA ebi e impossible nemom going forward sempanifo betimi afa kwan bi so no my application ni free ya omunya ne saa efisa yen show youth ya unemployment nti wo ba ban mu wa hya won mo bossa wo ba wo bebie enwuma ama wo manya bia ye no one sign and milk the same youth a wo mu ni adwuma ye na wo be ma wo mu bi no aye se wo mu mfasika enkoto forms na hwe nipa dodo nyina 500,000 ni akire ya enra muntaka bu hu konten to obi akra tua 300 cedis ya eye sika sen e na wo manya protocol for emayo enti yentimi nya application ni free emma yenua no mu na wo mo emfam na senipa no kwaye aptitude test na say medical test na wan pass na wonyi ni sinchen a na genuinely na dwene mu ada ho fine sese sika no na akofa we mu nyina aba no say na mo print forms no e na munim sa mo befa ni passe na munim sa mo befa ni passe enti yama forms ni nye free me de bia me gina no.
All right.
Na emmoa.
Ya announce phone lines na fi Maestro emfa ne nkomo no enka ho mayen on 020-633-4646 020-633-4747 and opay security recruitment ho nkomo ya ma wakwanya Maestro.
Ofa. I think some nkomo we no. Akoyen nkomo bia sorry that was last year 11th November 2025. Abrana Honorable Muntaka area press briefing. Now Ode to Ghana for him said this time around he is going to change the old system of recruitment. Now Ode a more digitalized, centralized system itimiaba. Now old system na saying the manual way and also the physical way. Ana amount for tomo forms or moko Johnny Q. And making sure say omitimi asset everything right for them to be recruited in the security services that we have in our country. Into sometimes no protocol and as a middleman for so etria protocol for nutria or more ton the ajiska na other government people so edb so eurem. Of when he sat down and realized say these things no Emma government in Eboka and it makes the process becomes complicated no. He said 11 November 2025 said he wants to change the system and the system wouldn't now depend on a manual and also the main documentation and not but then will change it a more digitalized and centralized system ama the security agencies and the security system how we recruit them no offer. Or the better he announced say this time around sorry call any of these offices and you say kwakoto forms. You sit at the comfort of your homes, then you do every registration process beyond online. Offer 220 Ghana cedis. And about 20 man for almost 500,000 people no matter forms the diamond. Now they sat down and ubia filling the forms the forms of a Musa said, what are those people or more remote areas? Are internet any accessible to those people? No, quite bells on the first one meeting my failure or more forms. Say even po Obuba cafe na se cafe for no crampo failure or more forms no at the moment. How are they going to do it effectively? Because I'm told and I've done a lot of things about this. Say omuko internet cafe crampo mo kwako register omo nyema no na so mo kwako failure or more forms no offer. Internet no it wasn't stable sir for them. Na yenye no efensi nche. Now ometimi process bibi na ye free bibi aptitude test omo de be shame over. Se wo kwako ye nsohe. Na machine si wedi na ohe kan be nim straight. Offer sa wo yi wani free nchen a ye be yi we free.
Na wo yi wani side there.
Wo yi wani
wo yi wani side.
Aptitude test no. Sa camera ni si wani se camera ye hemi. Na mi ji mani a ha kakra bi. You will be disqualified.
Wo yi wani side there.
Yes, if
you're winning, many problem. Someone is feeding you with the information. If someone is feeding you with the answer, many problem. But offer, young Bisa say, some questions no more the man could answer and could answer. Was it appropriate? Betty Cromwell, I'm minim saying ka obetime be some relevant questions a wa compromise the ama AI.
Me misa wasa.
Ofa betame.
What be adwumada?
Ofa.
A question.
Ofa.
A question.
Ofa uslo ya.
Obetime akasa me nkom anim.
Ofa ko anim.
Aha. Me misa say o pe kwan afa so acha ade miensa ma nipa nan. Kwan be na abefa so acha no.
Bechim pepepe.
Obe na chim pepepe.
Ade miensa.
Ade miensa nipa nan.
Ofa. Ofa do mi ndim komo ni. Ofa mi ndim komo ni amra na ofa.
Na no me ka kire o se. Ekuro na mutim no a. Mo si bibia free no. Aban obetimi afa nipa 5,000. And a nipa 500,000 apply. Nti wo hwa kwan ben so na obefa zo obenya 5,000.
Ofa. San komo no. How say aban nim say 5,000 applicants and they are available because of currently as we speak we are under IMF. And until say umetima may bail out maybe in 2027 And the security the interior ministry betima decide that say you betima for almost another over 5,000 applicants you betima recruit them into our system. So on pefe say we are under IMF and pay omo niema no. And I bet the number of people employ in most of our sectors that we have in our country.
How they offer what minu ni asem abusiafo nkomo na yedi no. Wonso betimi afre no akira adwen. Why? Wonso ye Ghana ni e bia obusua ni bi apply amfa. Nti ofre 020-633-4646 and 020-633-4747 na waba yedi nkomo no. Eno dia meni omo nya adwen se munim se mo be 5,000 na mo accept 500,000 application. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Bacho down where the na fe ye nin komo.
Me bacho Francis ni because of sunyan.
O ka se fi sunyan. Bacho ye ti o.
Offer ya mienum no krenum ni NDC amamu no omadi e hamba. Because adwuma ni wo man and a youth adwuma. Na sa wo hwe kwan a the mama fast year campaign. Na youth etidi mechi because of adwuma nti o. Because MPP for the dada youth say not go ni je one district one factory. Ni nyina no yampa ko hu hwe. Eno ti na ma youth ade president mama dey say obi a waba na ye tu ohina waba bet na kunya so ye tu no na osan akwa abade. Wanya experience. Na se onabo mutaka mubarak. Ene wo betna radio so ebekeka sansensem we ya. Na body you to hambo 2028 me NDC me am de pick up a campaign. Though we mean can say me pediako ba me offer asefo bi pediako. Me nyanu mu pediako, Ghana fu pediako. Na se ne mamu ate ase say na modi ye kodia. Me am say campaign tia me am party. Me donyame ohata soro this year 2028 ni entiase. Because na no ye nya maami bi betna IZ TVSYZ beka say enye chobo na we ni aba yate saate mani ye ni nam kurase no na ne Martin kran sa woman no na ne Martin kran na ne kunu tin kran na ene wani wanya akwanya am say mate say so we see mudi pele mama na appointment bi but ma betna TVSYZ aka say nye chobo nkwa na we ni aba nyambo mu yi sika no ba no na yeso yanka chobo ya nka ba we ni aba do nti ya da o mase ye mutaka ye bia wonye no wonko nanim ye ni se na nantwie ni bia anka ne to no ko konfo so de enka o to 2028 beba ya ye ndisi fo no e be sa campaign ye tia o mo.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Anope. Kachi, enkomo no a wo mudi ni krom ha no. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Openi ni nkomo.
Okay, madam was a pane, Majuma Pamo, a friend and an agema, make us a freedom cookroom. Now, I dear be a am 1 hour, and some more when he said, in penny for no, or my Diana say, or my ye passing, and see, or you be almost me and Qualano. By a by a moment aptitude test. Omoni who say, yen kwalana ni akosua ho ade enti so opese wo di yi ebi free mu a I just say yeah pe and ye be exams ne ka say yam pass e kwan bi e be fa so e be pass it you know say wo di bibi ba e be benefit obi a this whereby say we apply AI aptitude test and why ye and nipa bibiri a pass ye mi hu say from 2000 and we am to 1994 no so ya meto ba hwe kwan o mo fa so di recruit police fire service immigration amina una na bi ka kire wa hu say e de pa ba hu ni sa na me MPP ni pa me ya madwen say meto ma ba ma MPP say de menya kwan akobi omo so dada ya na mo di protocol firm nti NDC by and I'm say about say oh no protocol nti obi a be apply bia obenya kwanya akọ efie ba kumukura se nipa ba kunya kwa enya kwan kwa ye be hu se no anti abenye protocol no di room nti me so menyele me ho next year metimi apply nya but then so ba say mo dan na ochina say enso forms no meto 3 se ba kukura 250 na 300 kura me ensa no 900 Mason job am upon be 6 months and I'm the toy. It may nya kwenya then pan am so me.
All right.
My apply from 2021 say be seen. Menka media no crowd me nya ho de ko mesin ba me nua bi na ni da so anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Anope abusianfo montwentwen so. Ye be san dan yen ho ye ba. Ye de agudie mu nsem no ebrew. Eno achi ye be ma wakwanya na nkomo yi. Menu mienu ya to aso fache television so na we. Ye ba sisi a na de agudie hu nsem no abrew. This year's sports is here. We are ready with sports. Investors and so they are ready. Habib, good morning.
Over good morning.
Na bokode.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
How do you so here?
You are not for.
Catching us and who said that yes, but your poor no wife.
About the Ocas and Honya, who be bleed, what you are to move.
Your poor no wife and mamma. That mimic me.
The AC Cassam, they meet me.
I am a case Cassam to your poor no wife. Mimic me when and
Mehran. This Cassam, they be
poor no wife and mamma. Governor, was it? Honorable Muntagazade.
Honorable Mutakan can't I buy na fed mu akasa.
And so on the car, yeah, and if you be a born
and so on you position.
Say, I buy Cassim Sisia. I
buy a friend
on the cabin of kind. Honorable Muntagazade.
Honorable Mutaka say, baby, I have been doing Nipa be 500,000. And one more apply as one more pay.
Okay.
Na one bit me a nipa mu 5,000.
500,000 and I apply and number for 5,000. That represents 0.50% of any panel apply. In drew 1%. You dear group Kruma. Music and number for animal diamond.
And nonna, yen tiasium.
It doesn't look, it doesn't make sense.
And nonna yen tiasium. And no.
Honorable Muntaka, but honorable. We the catcher His Excellency.
I say, and your honorable say.
Send me address no one for
government say, Omwa Yano Afi, Omun train, ya before Monday.
What is the guarantee?
Yeah, the moon safe regime.
What is the guarantee? My top police forms be 3. My top immigration be 2. Military me top 3. Fire service 1. Kikaboom. Isi ka say no money. Ba ku kra anywhere fire service no ka kire. Ye ni abru okruma. It doesn't make sense. You know, say, you need 5,000. Slot na you have 5,000. What the maximum you could do here? Say, maybe I'm a ton forms of 20,000. It makes sense. That one it makes sense because 5,000 if you any for number apply you nyina ebe qualify any adnum nyina 20,000 den ya usuan so 5,000. How do you sell forms of 500,000 and tell us 5,000 they qualify?
Now
knowing very well say there's lot
and go be a one channel. Party for the bisa say na sa father for all Professor Mills the go woman. Still as a father so your father for all. Bisa say na no yentefe ni be ku say ya fa nkofo mko. O wa ni ya fa nkofo no mo. Mamba ebe your father for all say dey.
Ensem ni bi wo ho a oka e bi e be fro say for dance any we ba ntimenka. But no we ni mo be form dada omo njai de omo ye okuma
say asem na aba the protocol no o say protocol de asem ma
omo njai de omo ye
e die bia be ko sunyan east no na constituency chairman any organizer omo mienu ene emo omo de representation ekoi say ni pa mienu na e protocol eno nso abounce eno na party for no fua
ma who be that ya tell me din wo baby a ya send sheet ni nyina akire me say udin nie me kokko duru ho na me din nie apapa afro do bi din dia asewo o protocol so obi dia so say o dey I've seen that before
a protocol for no kra na ma asem na ya re
o ma who be that
me apa is
so obi say me say
apa is region chairman e de ne bako migration protocol na ebeba na ya yi ni din afiri mu a o ka say
chairman protocol me bo chairman obi so post so say chairman me say busa krom ha omo ko World Cup 2022 no mbeka akire e dey na ma flight to free Kotoka International Airport na say if any part 320 omo do 150 na ko e omo ma carry no omo na ka Kotoka bi say no me dey no omo be pamo ye free counter na chi say checking the time as omo be in British Airways for ebi use counter because Maestro free fee a work on ni din ni bibia ne honorable a oye ni protocol man no ni din wo kensi no duro ni ya send am ni din na toso 20 the same 20 they bedu counter na chiebe bo na Afia Kaakyire 6Am na show yeah dia go kum ha too much if you cannot help
can am them mommy am pray economic freedom there wa usike show bottom ana ade ko bo ho bra o na de omo ma ban aban bia ba o ye ne de
one day a young man will rise and save this country MPP and this woman in the same thing. One day, a young boy will rise up and save this country from the mess we are creating. How do you sell forms of 500,000? Enipa 5,000? How? Of American sports, the Unconya's
more yes, sports. Some common yes, sports. They train. What fast in flower?
Offer me a victim. Me say police forms me to 3. Me a misika immigration me to 3. Military 2. Fire service 1. Kika bomb back be I say.
Papa no frey or say. Me dear. Me timi akodi mu mesin o me kosoa. Na wo mo ntimi no e. What in the bush means Sika.
That's what I'm saying.
Over be up to time and offer
forms now me toy. Oh, Bako Echo. I friends who say Kufurudia. I don't know so when we didn't call first one screen and then one went 2 times. The other one call Boga twice. You look call teaching my everything. Kikanin in a boom. Omokwa be beyond better because Korea Mabos of Aminibus anywhere. To a call better hotel.
500,000 more.
Kekani nyina bom. Why do you
when is am go no dini nyina na yam say e ono ana no ope
o fa ma no o fa
you am konti 5 years ago
and yankomo
what dey wom
me say my boss what you nyina me to be we am meet me show every
that is say they work and them Kokoye sports no bra
understand your
Kokoye sports no bra
it doesn't make sense
dreams in it
500,000 then you pay 5,000 abi you sports no be extension na dey cap
we say mo wanyom na mo mama no ai
dreams in it
alope sports bi anchen ko mo no odi
mentiase
ono ani sika kakra na e de man ha
ofa boso me ofa be kulia
ofa se fo no sorry ana bra ofa na efie nye wo na no say me boaboa no na makopem ama wakotre
want some they say.
Mapem baby.
Omo ko duru kwa.
Ano odijina ha yo.
Omo ko duru kwa mpo penimfo bi ombo kwa kosisi omo so ne ade so no omo so kasa kroma zo ni nipa nkasa kwa.
Hey, e ma mo fa nyesere.
Ofa ni bi so mani abri o. Ade na semi abufo from Andrew Anumre na me hu we na me ba ni na ma ma say mba me busa ho asa. Fortunately me ba nso we discuss us.
There o come on we di no ehu.
Hey, me say of a poor happy.
Sika na je na ha.
Enu abia. Na say dey.
Enu atete sa miensa.
Na say maso ayeshi. Obeye 1+1+1
no di mi mo a.
Sometimes me ntimi mo nto ba say o hwe no ma me adope. Me kura o hwe me adope ya kama ni baji.
David we go we dey better how wasos. This should be a we are compensate.
O dey anya hwehwe me kakra ofa because look how do you and
how do you come nipa and
I spoke with Nkofona meto we ne ba ko na exams ntia am za ko si say na abuza me next time I'm frame be mu because me nye
offer
no I will not do it
offer say
because there is no guarantees that na o we no offer you wi meyi enye ba ko kra be in terms of ne niema or the core certifications ne niema ekuta no senka yesi ya the papa ye ne pepper ye ni we kan okra anka also nko ye man distinction wo service no but
master
anope minister abu dia bi na be my query na say producer executive no na be my query because na be bia na nam de
minister say obi sanity eba police service mo hey unya say obi ye security service personnel na bibia akoyie na eney kra no security agencies no ko ho obenya nipa sabi mentally niam anshada nkoyie enti omo hia nipa omo ye overly qualified and omo ye say adwuma
overly qualified by the
and
our certificate here na say oh yeah you know
I read that from Fache online and also Fache Facebook page na say na omo artwork na post say minister say nkofo ni bi wan we ekanyame pe
abuja for Chelsea lose match no nti yam fam free on go ya ya asembesi ha no pe
nipa 500,000 no motor for they move 450 something 495,000 mentally omunye sound yate yada mo ase adesima me mo che mo kwa ba eba Fache TV kasa mfoni no so bra so sa no pai ye ruom na fe ye do kwa go fama so kan sie mo nsembre e na so ye be ruom na fe ye di nkomo UEFA Champions League andra games echo so ba of mo mbusa o Real Madrid Jesse no ugidi se spirit bi wo mana
enye Jesse no na spirit bi wo
me mom team na ngaza
eye stadium no mo boho
okay
stadium no mo boho
spirit bi wo okay Thierry Henry adi nkomo e dey afa Madrid Jesse and afa niema ekoso e wo Santiago Bernabeu details ne mo e wo ha afisem bebre na e wo ha no pai Abu Dhabi Ricardo Varas na afa Luther King woman nyina eta ya chi a ye den sem na eba Ben Nas executive producer wo hwen adareti show na ma bibia konkamidin babe Mohammed from the special 110 times here shall say ebrani ko ye fan 7 fan 2 and my Emmanuel Ajimambadu Bebeto a former player Edema Brikumas na Santiago ko Odenese and after the Black Stars of Ghana we din komo e dey for Andre Rami Morgan Ayu and Crawford say young friend of Black Stars and Farin Co Cup Ajimambadu actually say it
normally it depends on the coach, his philosophy, his ideas, and the kind of players he needs in the World Cup. As you mentioned, my brother Andre is doing very well. He's playing well. He's scoring goals. And if the coach thinks the philosophy and his game plan, he merits to be in the team, why not? He hasn't stopped playing football. But what I know about him is he is concentrated on his club football. If there's an opportunity for him to come and help his nation, he will be willing to come. But all depends on the coach. You can be doing well, but if the coach thinks the philosophy and his game plan doesn't merit you, what can you do? You just have to focus on your club football. So we leave everything to the coach. He knows the kind of players he wants to go with. When he brings the list out, we will scrutinize and we will still support them. And after the tournament, you will see where the team will go. So I always want to leave it in the hands of the coach. In as much everybody is playing well, is scoring, but whatever I will say cannot change the mind of the coach. His philosophy and the ideas going in the tournament will depend the kind of.
The Mekabia Niwa Ebesa Bibi Yanjai and former coach Uto Ado and the technical team no Andre Ayu Ewo form or yeah Juma Edema Nak brother say do na coach ne force Branton and Modern Boswania or said the call Kappa coach Nankasa Everton sa Edia friend no and sama Emmanuel Ajimembadu Bebeto edited the Owie and Yabusa Ajimembadu Tanko force a queer chroma a fossil every type less as ye shada and not legends or mobile Juma Ediami team the Sanko for no more Yadina so no more Yadina. Did they Anna with call up Nana?
It will be a privilege to make an impact in your country, and after, if you want to stop, they want to honor you. However, I don't think it's compulsory. In as much, it will be an honor, it will be a privilege, it will be nice to finish your career with the national teams, and they want to honor you very well. It will be a privilege, but I don't think it's compulsory for the country to do that. If the country thinks they need, or the federation or whoever thinks, or the president or whoever thinks they need to honor them, I will support it 120%. But if they don't, I'm a footballer, I have done my job for my country. My job is done. I need to focus on different, something else, or I will still be in football. But I will not force.
Ebeye ahohoahoa se oman Ghana ebetimi anaye nemum no me no memfa mere enkosim enye nhye se bibisa enkoso so oman na adwen ho se so mo yesa edema ya akwanya ne ba yebeje tu na fe yenso ye adwuma no ensema Emmanuel Ajimembadu no editu dwan mu nkomo no ye den akire ede ama ye mfo na fe still Black Stars and sensem no opinion di edit Fred Purple enkanen no the vice president edema Ghana Football Association onu so di nkomo and also call up no. Yeah, well, even local players who are among the most the same penny for a while, didn't have the scope. No match the players of the most or Gilly say no, and never were the Black Stars of Ghana.
I've always believed in merit-based selection of players. I always believe I don't believe in whether the person is playing outside Ghana or inside Ghana. And I strongly believe I'm sure that the players on the local team who can easily fit in or who can be going given the chance. And a bit stepping here and there, fit into the thing. I don't think there's a problem with that. I've seen two very wonderful goalkeepers in House of Folk, Benjamin.
Penny, Fred Purple, and I didn't come away answer to just say local players, the crab more. Modern Boswani, and for only baby and Nipani seconds, and Modern Boswani, no a Ghana and Inquadia, or deserve call up into the national team. Young Twaso, Young Quayma, Opene, Kofi, Eddie Adams, a minister, Edema Sports and Recreation on your screen, and Dra meeting a team course between or no NFA Ghana Olympic Committee in Penifua Hodua, or Mother Committee, no, a team Equisha, Unimsa Sports Funny, established here. And Kofo Guzo on the donation, Meshasa Be couldn't the Abequa Sunset, or non so team to also Kohena for a donation or Emma BB Concanandra GOC Eco PM 40,000 Ghana cities and Kanisi Canada 400 million and a macro donation at the Amade Sports Fund. They say Engine Fund to Mwama BB and Concana, Honorable No Mushano, Odin Komosei, and Odin in some chair.
Mr. President and executive members, board members of GOC, on behalf of the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, and on my own behalf, we want to say thank you for the great job that you have done. It's been short, there has been a lot of work that has gone
on. Honourable Minister, the board members of the Ghana to show our commitment to the sports fund from our own resources, we are making them stopping to the sports fund.
Honorable Kofi Eddie Adams and Komoka Cran records between or NFA Ghana Athletics Committee and Omunkomo any Edema Yen Toss Yen Quedema Bernard Don Bote El Haji Diop no former player Edema Cra how to folk say Arasaho and Obutu Odini Juma Emma Bibia Conca or say how to folk Ghana Ham Prima Yedin Kumi has ever the best of players at the same time the best coach say in our training sim.
I think I can make a class of the year the generation players are or generating year the players are at Tuniba. And I will share a class of 14 weeks. Trust me, we have the best players and the best coach. Let me tell you something today. You have best players and I have best coach. If you become say, you na to see, you na kwa, ebia, class of war, ya boy a home match. Dear me ya pa last week. The top teams now omudaye ni yana. Omunyo lusu. Na say you winning na. Yembe da BBS say yemda the Royal Majesty to be afede. Ebe
Bernard Don Bote anything come away our do atujo we and oto aso esan James players need take responsibility. Breneko yen timi fa eno emfo nem shatter Wally SM for life shatter movement. We din come e dey for Hartford captain, Hartford number 1 and Black Stars number 1. Benjamin Asari say and a shatter edin in common.
Symbol of hope, no. So this so wait.
This one.
No, that.
Okay. Okay.
Your third, you know.
Okay, like this.
So the symbol of hope, no, it means God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
God the Holy Spirit.
And a way of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Oh, okay.
And together makes it the symbol of hope. And we say there, winning you know. So
if say then they call World Cup.
No, they have to. Because I think you know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, different.
Yeah.
You know, the buzz that he's bringing to the World Cup, right? Well, nobody's talking about any player in the World Cup apart from the goalkeeper. Recently, we was confronting a picture where airport
Sure.
We need that.
Sometimes shatter Wally freedom shatter movement no also Benjamin Asari World Cup no onu obia ende enkomo bia de so no an ye de ne kora fo koya adwuma no edema the Black Stars of Ghana ebrene ko afisam yemfa mpimana fe nkofo amaso nsem yemfa kakra emfanda ye be kwa ba wia details ne mo eba endra UEFA Champions League round of 16 second games no 80 eba also Ben 04 Leverkusen womo tena fie to atana ne ba ko Arsenal 80 Robert Hendrick wono edenya sago na fe Kai Havertz at the penalty ebete kadema Arsenal bogu ko ne no achi other games eba also Bodo Glimt atana fie bomi ensan Sporting CP omonso antimi ante Paris Saint-Germain, le Parisian highlighting na oche ewo screen nesono Bradley Bacola enya goal Osman Dembele Vitinha NFA Kvaratskhelia obo 2 goals Edema PSG Chelsea Malo goes to NFA Enzo Fernandez 5-2 NPM ewo sa game no Real Madrid NFA first half Patrick from Federico Valverde Jumane Kama Edema Klaba Didi Edem Madrid Manchester City and Timianti and also highlight no enjoy kakra live on your screen no games and a course wa yedem nkomo no enso man games ne ba na wie you know coach Sahodo adi nkomo no already there Liam Rossignol manager Edema Chelsea also take full responsibility of whatever that transpired Le Parisien.
That's 2-2. What happened in the last 15 minutes?
We made a mistake on the third goal and we didn't react well to a setback. We didn't stay calm. In that moment, 3-2 even, we're really in the tie. We're in the tie. And then Kvaratskhelia scores an unbelievable strike. And that happens. And at this level, the quality of players on both sides, we're an inch away from 3-3. The disappointing one, you never want to lose a game, but the fifth goal, in that moment after a flashpoint.
Liam Rossignol, head coach Edema Chelsea, ono NSO GDA pass and Yama be a course wa Emma Okoncidi late 2 goals are one in Inano or Jitum say ANM form so and what you reach James keeper Edema Tino so fan to Machi. Umbeko fee no mark corrections no.
Reese, from a Chelsea point of view.
In the last 15 or 20 minutes kind of ran away from us and we didn't finish the way we wanted to.
For some of the goals tonight it was your own undoing. Look, Philip Jorgensen said, do you feel as a captain and more importantly maybe as mate you need to put your arm around him? Do you feel he's lost confidence at all?
No, I mean this is football. It's the way we want to play. If you play out from the back, mistakes are going to happen.
Reece James keeper Edema Chelsea Bobo Korono and do we have to just say Jim from Sony to say lose Nanya but won't Jimmy away. So we do too much. Kofi return encounter on Tuesday. After the game, winning coach Luis Enrique Martinez Garcia and Lucho Abonem Rantenabaso.
Not only for the result, but also for our resilience. Every time we go in advance in the result, they score. they draw the match twice, and we keep insisting and trying to get the result, and at the end.
Eno nkomo kakra Louis Enrique Martinez Garcia manager Edema Paris Saint-Germain bubu korono so dia tudwa wabɔ ne mrante na basa adwuma na nsiye second leg was Stamford Bridge so omukɔ with determination na omukɔ qualify yemfiro na afei yenko Santiago Bernabeu yesterday ho enandra big game back ekɔ so Manchester City kɔye sen Real Madrid team depleted nti omukɔ for results ye wie game no 3 unanswered goals. As a matter of fact, Vinicius Junior SI penalty. It could have been 4 after the game. Pep Guardiola said, unfortunate. Your man
started the game so well.
Defend proper, and after making good actions, the amount of times we arrived by line, to make a crosses and make a tapping. So I don't know. I had the feeling that there was, it was a good game. It was not that I think the result dictate. Of course, as Madrid had the ability and the quality. Every time you lose the ball, the transitions, because they keep the ball and after they run, always they can do it. But it's what it is. I had the feeling that it was better.
Pep Guardiola adane kasa tenten de okoye nyina mu bia ni wa etimi eye adwuma ono na kire ni sem Bernardo Silva se omo betimi asesa ne yema na abeku se Chelsea de 3 enyi Manchester City 3 omo so ombe dan with hard.
Let the emotions change the game, because in a game where we were actually, in my opinion, we felt better, we felt comfortable, we were finding the right spaces. After conceding the first one, we lost completely the control. We stopped controlling the transition.
Eno Bernardo Silva, Portuguese national. Ono any disan communist. Omeba fi. Omoda so self belief, any confidence, and qualification. Womonsa ebetimiaka the winning coach. Alvaro Abelua, Madrid head coach. No interim manager. Wabon kwada nabaso.
For our supporters. We knew that this was going to be really, really difficult, but we beat Manchester City, so we need to rest and think in the next game, but it's not over.
Considering the injuries you have.
Abelua head coach Edema Real Madrid also is so proud of Nemrant and Thibaut Courtois say we consider 4 goals, we consider 3 goals. Ewo Etihad do nim say enema betimi asi ewo itenti osa Nemrant ni omde win the 2 match. Concentration until the job is done.
Very well as a team, and it's a nice result. But I said here before, last year or other years against City, Etihad, I've lost 4-3, I've lost 4-0. Everything can happen there, so we have to be calm. We had a nice.
Thibaut Marc Nicolas Peter Courtois, head goalkeeper Edema Real Madrid team no one and do to another hat-trick man Federico Valverde after the game. Ogini MVP no edge Samba Kakrawa go pramanaso. Eno Federico Valverde on also the man announced Thierry Henry Daniels or a former player at Arsenal NFA Barcelona or say or not the asam na obeka na unpopular say all kind of sense Barca for dey bia na omaka so legend na okasa nemom ususu say Real Madrid just in spirit bi wo na so ko nya bi sha bia na pampam na apa no enwi beba ho
team effort that they had today. That's how you win games. Everybody was defending for everybody. And Valverde will get his reward because he's been a great servant for the club, and scoring 3 goals for him doesn't happen, or never happen, actually. So you have to give them credit. But I want to talk about, I don't know how to say his name, Petarch, because I watched it closely tonight. What a game he had. He was running for everybody. I don't know what they put in that jersey. It's obviously a joke what I'm going to say because I don't want to wear that jersey. But maybe if I put it on, it might help me to get my hair back. They put something in it. When they put...
No, sama Thierry Henry Daniels idea to your say, asamna o kanone kaya deni. Nemo osusu se ma rejection ni bibi so nya bisha bia ni timi no ebesan ababake no kakrefu eba munsem no ye de down none madueke chuku nonso trustdan none madueke Arsenal player ndra ono ene beti ka no o say oba mu Mikel Arteta ka chen se onko no onko se give him from Arsenal.
We're full confidence going back to the Emirates, obviously Everton first, and then we're confident that we'll get the job done in London.
What were the final words from Mikel Arteta before he sent you on?
Yeah, just go and try and change the game.
You did that with the penalty. It seemed like it was actually the back of Malik Tillman that caught you.
Yeah, no, I don't really know what happened. All I know is I felt contact, go down, penalty, so.
Eno kakra chuku nonso trust them noni maduake wono enso editu just Mikel Arteta shenin kwen so nko sesen game na mpani ampa oba eno so timi ebe ye adwuma ne kama nsam ne de wa ha ebe ne konas ma me ne games a eba so ewo Europa League NFA Conference League respectively na fe yamobo so taw yem fan sem ne emfancy the Europa League matches a eba so no Bologna tena fie na fe so ne AS Roma abo Lille Metropole wo kame Aston Villa Panathinaikos ewo fie omne Real Betis ebo VfB Stuttgart ebetena fie Germany omne FC Porto ebo na fe Celta Vigo ewo kame Olympic Lyonnais Frank Varos tena fie omne Braga ebo na fe Genk enso ebetena fie na fe what to the sang that they are Freiburg from Germany Nottingham Forest the City Grounds with England no or kame Midland no games oko Europa League round of 16 and no Airbus and no achi mame fan to and Conference League matches are Airbus Lake Poznan Everton fie omne Shakhtar Donetsk Airbus AZ Alkmaar kame Sparta Praha and no achi Samsunspor Everton fie omne Rayo Vallecano abo Rijeka kame Strasbourg Crystal Palace Selhurst Park no omne AEK Larnaca bona fie Fiorentina Ubduani enso echremu atimo French Francia ombe wo kame Rocco ena fe Chelsea ebetena fe na for AEK Athens enso abo eno chi Sigma Omolu ebe wuramu anase Olomouc ebetena fe na fe so many men's 05 enso etimo abo eno so games Conference League and then and also eba so munsem no ye de na chire na ye de ama brand consem no dewa ewa ha ye be kwa ba wi ye ba extended version ye de ma wey eye club and din ede Bodo Glimt the tell is go for the now in their last 5 games in Champions League. We've said it here over and over. 3 months in ye Ukomu Kroma League Omomobi to Omoye training normally the Champions League. 3-1 against Man City, 2-1 against Atletico Madrid away, 3-1 against Inter Milan away, 2-1 against Inter Milan away, NFA and away, Sporting CP was saying abone 3. A Juma a rally edit Jelton Notson and an quadano will no win another day. Yeba we are details no more but anapai bin nas etachre as executive producer Luther King Abu Diaby NFA Ricardo Varas unyina eboaye Emmanuel Labi ejina camera na production room anas MCR no junior NFA so aki NMP4 aka programs manager Beku Kweku achre unyina etachre mi din ede Habib Mohammed from the special one yan komre wia extended version nyina here the but until then assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
enhwehwemu obi atọ asase no wo so a eye ho adwuma obehwa na langas fo abo apini no toda niam a won mo beye na ensem fata enti na Abraham Kabuaku akude third say nyade a obema niam etesa akoso nti wo hya ase na nani akọ langas dwumadie ho osahene Alexander Fenyomakin minority leader say yasi sika ni Ghana ye de bema kokwa akuafo nemom sika wo ho ya ye de koto jet enti ho asem e wo ho ena minority for no a ese wo mo hia nkyeremu firi aban ho say US for say one more ebe toto paye afa wiem ama no akwa Nigeria efa Ghana na ekwa na
se eya ye se dabre eniema bi koso na minority for na dwen ye omo se aban ena ama ho kwan ama US for abeje ha as base yeah. Na omo free ha ede mane wo mo wa asem a omo ben Ghana tina omo se eniema na ye koso nti so hwe ya daily guide na oka strikes bi ni ade a ye koso no omo adwen ya ayom se ase de Ghana any US edi nkomo bi a e ma ho kwan ama US ejina Ghana e to mane amanfo
ene omo hia nkyeremu nti aban fasa nkyeremu no emra na said ye kan abo amane dada no lands ministry ese wono eden sakraye mapa eba ebeboa ama aban sase no won ma cheche ne pepepepepepepepe obia etobia bibia mu da hontin krata ho adwuma nyina wono mo eye de afa abefo kwan so no wie so a na obia wanya bi no abebo ne ho amane na Ghana fo ehunu enti deputy minister ya wo share lands and natural resources so Yera Yusuf Sulemana and enra won ensem di nkomo ya wo boss amane enti wo share ni mu se omo be frase e de sa new reforms no aye adwuma chronicle aboho amane anope.
Right, the story that we captured this morning, I've seen the kidney story is also on the front page of the Overseer newspaper, and a specialist at CAT, Komfanochi Teaching Hospital, is warning about the kidney disease, and it says kidney disease cases increasing among young people. The story on the front page of the Overseer says, Gender Minister is pushing for justice for women and girls, and National Petroleum Authority is assuring us that there's adequate fuel supply amid the global market uncertainty, and corruption fight has improved under Mahama, CAS, and Gempa survey. These are stories, the Overseer newspaper.
The Overseer, the Obokrata no abo oswafo sharpum de hunsem so kwabena menta kando kidney yade hunsem na wo kan wabo ho amane bi se specialist bi e Komfanochi Teaching Hospital ono so akyeremu se kidney yade na ema ne homene so pa titu e wo Ghana mabunu mu enti ahwe a na sese omanfo eye na wode maame na momolati a wo ye gender minister ni mfoni aba ena wase ogusu den wobo adwuma na wapia sede beya wonmo benya atentene ne ede ama ema ene emayoa ewo omai Ghana mu fi se ya na wonmo taadi awurukasam ditia ema ne mayoa dodofi so wonmo na ye vulnerable da bia na emema no efa wonmo so ye niema ensem fatanti gender minister oye obai die so ono so ejira mu apre atentene ne sa sede beya ema ene emayoa setena mu yedie ebetimi akoso wano na CAS any Gempa for akabo mu aye survey and was say ka corruption fight sa abayaba na wo ku atia ketase hye dwurim ne proya ohunu ne samampani Mahama abrei so eniema eye papa ketase hye ne proye no ano brassen kakra eho amanebo aba NPA National Petroleum Authority say adwobre munkoso anka makoma entomoyem fanwo die ya di bebre esie enti mre mu oden eba sadien ya anya de Ghana ebi ebekan yen enti ebi wo ho a wonmo ede beso oman no emu kosi se sentokwa na ekoso Middle East ebema fango ho ayeden a ebi enka oman Ghana. The Overseer newspaper.
The Daily Searchlight this morning concentrate on the stories that we have already dealt with, the minority demanding for answers about the US bombing runs in Nigeria, the thousands of people who are not getting jobs, are all issues. But let's get to the Ghanaian Times this morning. The Ghanaian Times this morning says 1,000 women die during childbirth last year. Ghana Health Service survey comes out with that information. And Lands Ministry begins national digitization of public lands. A wager irrigation project under siege as estate developers encroach farmlands. The Ghanaian Times.
The Ghanaian Times, the worker tano nam ene anope amania hudu binum enwode aba. Na ushe enimwa Ghana Health Service for ebo amania se ema ya wonomo eko awoso na washire wonomo nkwano. Beye apem ena womo etimi ebuhu nkonta afe ya etwemu no. Enti eye arehosem se oba ebefa nyinsen obrani atete ya wobefa mu nyina bosome nkunu achi na wosan akọwo na oba no ebehire ne nkwa na akwada no nkwa abafie na akofa wo ha bebre abanti Ghanaian Times abo ho amane Yera Yusuf Suleiman na wosofo abede akire ya wo hwensase ene obo ade ne paso ono nso ne mfoni eda ho sesei Lands Ministry ne Lands Commission sakra ya wo ye ewo Ghana nsase mu no osensase ni nyina wode fa abefo emfidie so na wode akogu ho obi a woto bi ne ho asem sika wotua ne ade na amane memu ada ho fan na Ghana fo ahunu said o mine nsase no wono mu didi djuma efa ena wager irrigation project no a ekoso no wono mu kire se enipa bi no ato aseso mpese adwuma no ebekoso ntentem free se estate developers ashase aboawura emfusase num ena womo enkrochi edien ena wono eye ewon sase ne so ya womo ntimi emma kwan emma irrigation project no enkoso wano na eja enkakuafo ebenya ensuo ya wono de ebegugu wonfudie so na so doso ebiaba na womo de abadwom ne ensu akotobi adi ena estate developers ne mpesa adwuma ne bekoso nto mo enkrochi ewon sase ne so na no pay Ghanaian Times abohu amani
Millennium Constructions edan esie ehonsem ene ho niema de Millennium Constructions na yesa da ne da wono edi nkomo wo ye adwuma so nti wan ho adanse eye bebre de wuhia bia fa dan ho ene woni ho nkomo asase na woton asase na wopesa woto Millennium Constructions abeboa na waye no feso de amount se dan na wusi nso a ene woni ho nkomo warehouse na opese usi asori dan factory na usi ministries department and agencies a construction company onu won ye adwuma attorney general's department any auditor general ba wa so ya unkonya asem Millennium Constructions one wo Bushen Nayas Junction Bushen Nayas Johnson Kumasi Asante Mantem when woni nkomo na wo mwa na wadansie hu niema no enye kama for 0244 274 084 0244 274 084 Millennium Constructions, we build your dream houses for you. Yegusu ayedi nkomo enye yebema wakwenya ma ne mampani akasa na ansana no Daybreak we are on Daybreak. This is Daybreak newspaper. And it says, Afenyo Markin alleges sidelining in Parliament. Sidelining in Parliament. Another Boko conflict looms in Sampa. And the big story, 85 million cedis transit goods. Where did the report? Where the report did? Daybreak.
Daybreak. Daybreak Jumadie so. Na Daybreak the worker atano ede Osahene Alexander Afenyo Markin minority leader mfoni aba. Ena nani abre ya wojina parliament no wotene ne nsa no wose oh enti mrase bedwe ya ye wo mu yi efa ne ye mienu majority ne minority enso aseda bia minority foi mo pesa mo kan ye hye asem bi kra na ha yen na ye tro ho motion ede beto pono so a asem panimfo mo betwentwa mo na asesa mo mpagya asem no ena de ha yen minority fo yetumi aka ama mo hunu ba bia mo betoto niema ama eniema akọ na se mo kan ye kasa bo ahye ye yam ti saade no de ha yen papa ya Alexander Afenyo Markin actually ne se de den edi egu speaker of parliament ne mrahye bedwafo no eso na Daybreak aboho amane na wo se boko entokwa foforo bi ebo boba e wo sampa ede na de boko ntokwa eba ye eye ahinsemu ntawantawa weisi mene boko hene weisi mene boko hene na Sampa traditional area eno so eyade bia ahya ase awohwa eche na edidi ewuramu etrahye ya sempanimfo anhwe na wo mo anso anu ade esi wo boko na bi besi wo Sampa sese wo ko Sampa ahemfo no ye mienu yesi ya gazette baako so gazette ye eno wo bo ne ho safo hene se wo ye Sampa hene ena obi ahunu ne sese wo gye no atomu se Sampa hene enti ho nsem ewo ho ya won mo se ene nananom so mo ne de obofo ebetwetwe nkomo afa ho na bia omo clear wo sade omo kana asumdie ayi niti no omo aye daybreak de ho amane aba na nansan transit goods ho nsensem bia Dr. Kasela to Forsen ekobo ho amane bra wo kopie mu ewo Volta region na wone customs fo ekasa ye no se eniema binum wo mama kwan amode aguka mu ede Ghana ye transit point ede ko ama bi mu Niger ni ade na ne bo esom 85 million Ghana cedis sesika no ya wo mama na hwere Ghana no ha agene pa na daybreak bisa se wo mo kan wie ye no 85 million Ghana cedis transit goods ye di ho nkoma minister ede abufu akasa report no ewo he da ben na eba na wo manfo anya bia kenkan na wo mo ahunu ne enam ne nsa so eba ye twena so ene de wo mo eye ewo Ghana Revenue Authority and Customs Division today break amani
right yabamo akwanya na ye ne wo adi nkomo kai say Gifted Icon season 2 Gifted Icon season 2 oya de wo kasahari mu oya de ewo nwumtuo mu a eho na opuno ebetimi abiafi eho na osika ebepeja nti ye ma wakwanya sebra bepeke form na afi shas ye boaboa ho ebra one wafefo enyina ebesi akan na yahwe na ye wonso nyame na moso ebeye Gifted Icon season 2 oti season 2 no pe na onim se ya ye season 1 na wiam obi enya ni nhira afrimu bra fache television ye wo bantama ye ne bantama presby asafo no na ehwe animu ye ne apps anyina e wo dan baakum ntimisra wo ye ne ntem bo wo de hye na mane ubusuani no bo na mane onwewe no bo no amane wadamfo no ene ni ho nkomo se omra fache television na ommefa ne form omfile form no na afi onsiesie ne ho se ono nso akwanya no obesom na ode atumirika ama yedie abanafa nkomo ede ani wudi nyina fufuro bia wo ho na opese o kira adwen wo ho a 0550 772113 0550 772113 na wabejo form na afi niema nyina ekọ kama edema Gifted Icon season 2 Gifted Icon season 2 akwanya ewo homa se wonso obekira adwen anopei ye nkomoni bia maestro your messages kakra ye bema amansan atia yenko
for messages bebre na aba ewo social media no so especially fache TV on Facebook bebre na etimi aba ewo so a making kind edi ama eti for na hefo ewo hanum we free coach Afrane or say GES and the government should stop threatening the unpaid teachers. All they are asking for is their staff IDs and arrears. And if you coach Afrane or the Abre and pay away Facebook on we free Coco Cratch or Boise. Also, government claims to have paid rent allowance, arrears of security officers, but the officers have not received them in their account. Where is the money? Promise and fail government. And I also so etimi ede aba. We so every Steve Asa Bequin or say asundri enkamo enuanom keep soldering on for God and Ghana. And also so etimi ede aba. We so free Muhammad Yakubu also great program. Greetings to the entire crew and our love emojis etimi ede ato ede amai. Al Hassan Bawa say good morning to the entire crew and then Fache TV. And also the about Billy Gosh, I say, why pay for this process in the first place? And Kwawoda Nihidi Ewo Ahadumono. We also Efri Georgina Odru. Also, good morning, Fache TV. I don't understand why GES is strengthening our teachers. Pay them what is due, pay what is due them, and stop that threat. My greetings to you, especially Kaakyire Papabi, and also Etimi Ediaba.
Okay. My Yanko Road Safety Authority, National Road Safety Authority, near Penimpa Bako, Enin Komo, lawyer Kwame Kudia Etua Hene, and Ra Yehun Komobia, if MTTD, Ashare Eba, almost say under a new law, no one will stop you to ask for your driving license. Ye court na yene lawyer Kwame Kudia Etua Hene, compliance, any a honiema. Road Safety Authority edi nkomo ne yebisa se sen na niema no ete Kwame ye mo ache no pay ye wo ane hwefo bibia nya nhia e megidi se won so eye nkomo bia efi Chief Superintendent Alexander Kweku Obin oye MTT the director na waka se driver ni namwa ebekwa akoba se yemisa no se ne driving license wen na yete ye ne yesi ensem ne yesi ya yemra mo aso ye ho ne yemebisa se de wo ka no ene nkomo no ete sen ana emra foforo ben ye ka ho asemi
ya ba emra ya ne drive for the dinkita ho road traffic regulations now 2012 LI 2180 said there is Bakakra na hukunya se ye musakra kakra na changes no more feedback ne free amano sise ne jubadi no more it became not just said you are introduced to some reforms na kwa budget is ajatum say one of the serious concerns about for license on this police want to acquire so even the more na after who trace and I ask from but yes so you say I was also quite so the dance the excess who to me say okaka it changes about lord no and it says the police now they decline no and it's I was able to be produced with driver's license number. Their license no a unique number. It's encourage you also Osaka license that you can save that number. If you have phone so and now watch for baby. It is a police enforcement they call to better. It's your more enter number now a key to some device. Every time more information on here. So we are licensed driver, license now. We and as a car kita no, a whole license kita no. We saw unique license number no, they can find it. But the woman says, well, a license not there. Anyway, now license number now. Then I can say, no license also new time there. And the police man one produce card. It's your bomber policing. Very easy with this police automation and the digitization project now. Is a license number that there. Then we have a FNADO card will be. Now this I could happen for be according receipts. Now for the license now for be a aqua. I don't know if you remedy with that new position. It's about trying to keep our license numbers. See, the certificate of competence number and our licenses. So, I throw and a police down no beside that to me recall this number now. No come on the chat.
Driver for the drone ebeti asem defi say license ho nkomo no da no mni police for no air presso na police fo yi enkomo no wo mo ate ase wo mo agi atum
wo mo agi atum say na me ka say But that's what to say, your police automation project, yes, sir.
Yes.
They say offenses will be brought on more. No, you have to move in a few days' time. Infrastructure will be there already. It will have no license plate. Any license number, no better police will be here. So, for me, that's a car license plate, the fuck camera anymore. We will not text message. AML citations there. What from Rapone Kuchia? One more man say Uchia. One chair salmon expire for every day. Yeah, Uchia and I can economy. The cameras no, any cameras as you see more, and cameras no more deploy on police vehicles. Be if I want a demonstration for more than a year now. Last time I say amendment, a siren assembly ceremony suspended Sambrano. It's infrastructure there already. Okay. It is a car number, a chum, a fucker man, and Wabuswa. And one is a would not text message. The intention is to reduce police driver or police civilian interface. It's a man of the that's not fine. One fine that come on a pick you. If I come on a pick you up, I will take a video of infraction together with offense now. What was so known as not send SMS, not send those our link to what the link. I confirm say where they were from that. And I say, oh, one dance and I say, oh, what maybe I was out so opportunity or ever more as I never have. Now, I'm going to go through a lot of training. A motor traffic and transport department of the police. For the last 6 months or so, they've been issuing damage citations. In other words, the insurance and the all have been a text message now. I just have a form now, but one was a else was a started this car. Over 100,000 of them have gone out. If the man ever approved president per year, offenses are driver license number no better than a police at 2 and a mono. And now the offenses are car registered number. Ever for camera and any mama, your friend saying, yet in your process, no. Now you're coordinating. The police are my discount flew be our point so. And we are maybe the just fine be our point so. The spot fine also cut tickets now. Baby as a coach yes cano. Now a message now so instantly no.
Kwame anope yebeda ase asem de ne ate na de keka ho no na eze ye ahweyi nti yebetu ye ho fo na ya hwekwan a saa nhihye we de Ghana digitization we de ekoyi nyame nhira mo nso
Everyone was na remember mo na say me a police for no na say to fuck pass na ya forward to the community
yeda ase
okay.
Lawyer Kwame Kodua etu ahene ewo Ghana Road Safety Authority asoye into compliance ene nea eka ho anopei na ye ginchiremu na ye hu sede oman no driver for ene police for akwanso sem no etie abo no nwotwe ene fa ye dan ye ho abana bedwafo atena ase migidi yese nkomo yi So ye no. Ye boa ma ɔman Ghana afa ne ntoma pɛfra. Bosomi a ewo mi ye Ghana bosomi. Nti ye bɔ Ghana ho dawuro. Ye ka Ghana ho asɛm. Ye ma wiase ahu. Ye amamre. Ye ntete. Ye aduane. Ye nsuo. Ne ye. Ene ne ye nso. Ye de boa ma wiase nyinaa asomdwie ebam. Say, joining on our Facebook platform. It's Fache Television. On YouTube, Fache Television. On TikTok, Fache Television. And also, you can help us as you send us messages on our WhatsApp platform, 020-754-3637. 020-754-3637. Now, we are adding Komo Anopay. Said the TBI, you didn't ebra. Abijafo atenasi na yedi nkomo no ano no. Na wotwe ye sha ase ana ye ka ho asem no. Na mu bisa se na we ade necessary niema sa eba. Party for say emza mu nim ne ye. Ye ni said ye si abre ye ho wokrom ha. Ye nkofa party ma ben. Na mo meye father for all nsem bia. Ye no aye abre no. Ye ya necessary yedi. Ene ye nsu ye bisa wo mo say nti aban ba emeboa ma oman ni nyina na ediye ana eyemo nko a omse well ye wade hye ene ye won nkoa ye wode ye ne dia ene ye wode ye ohwa nti omo no omo de party aba ben so omo de party aba ben mu dia ene ese so omo nya omo die ewom na omo nso omo abrabo ekoyi mpanimfo mi nyina sa akwan no so na mema mo achen ma mo akwaba
ye dia me nia
Dr. Free boko de
nyame ahumbo no
one word ni one doctor to another doctor doctor say boko de
nyankopɔ na
is there
yeah I used it
used it okay first na I'm
boosted.
Na ya Kaakyire Apia Minka, University of Skill Training and Entrepreneurial Development.
Okay.
See a Kaakyire Apia Minka no every honum. By 25th December last year, and I'm pass it, but officially it's just about 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, we used to.
Is it boosted? Ayo. Nti anope yenya academic for no boosted na Kumasi Technical University. Dr. Samuel Free, Dr. Bennett Osei. Benifo, yeni nkomo no nkomo e family nyina ho. Nanso party for no fa nkomo no kwan soronko so. Nti omo asemi yetiawa. Ye the party ba ban mu a. Esese yen yenya mfaso. Bi se yen ne yadwen Ghana ho. Ene yama Ghana enya aban papa. Ya den esese yen ye bre. Na wo mu a yen hu omo bre no. Omo ebedi adodode a ewom no isa wo security niema ya aba enura ne na hu nkomo ba no party fo no bisa se na ade MPP ye mo ahu se de omo ye no ana na mo ye mo die sei Dr. Free then just say free nche
evidence nchia menia issue Benedict doctor these things, I say normal. Say the parties and our political parties and the members in the team is the fruit of what we are seeing now. Because omo beka say be join the party now, be join the party now. Say now ubenya. So you cannot begrudge the members. Omo asking for say opportunities aba na party for near home. It's because of the way they are entitled to. So no bar, I'm also entitled to say a transactional and I say a transactional business and a relationship. Also, be me went to Abama, me to my so I say na obebuame. Now what ba na Muhammad ya said the word me hamo. That is the concept the expectation is very, very high. And I'm telling you, the NDC youth, you see, they say, now I say, what my party, they have made the party to be more beneficial than the other Ghanaians. You see, Ghana and Abechi too. aban biya ba na ne party na wo so a the party should rather benefit more than the other Ghanaians. That is what we have been doing all this while. Inti party no members, you cannot say the omo can say eye amati se bim so eye demonstration e be any. Seriously, there's a lot of heat within the NDC fraternity because especially the youth, so these things say omo abre ti say the wo kan ya abre na abehwe yesisi enfo nkrofobia eni momo eni hwa mu firi hin fa abam ai mam peke enkrofo a yentimi nya access to government but that is what they told them. They told them this one campaign mo ko mo ho a muntu abama yen yeto abama ye behwe mo. So party na be recruitment center for employment as an employment agency. Oh yes. And they say open adwuma no anko join any one more. You can't be employed. So that is what has been turning up. Say they say open adwuma na say onya party ni ana yibia na. Yemfa. So the young ones realize say no. Mama fa mo join any party bi. Na party ni ba menya adwuma ye. That is how we are building ourselves. And they say political party instead to say make sure the policies be ba more mind resources ni be here Omo ankasa sa additional agency to become a recruitment or NDC recruitment agency, MPP recruitment agency, and also oba be join the party. Most of them, the young ones, intention is that have to join the party so the party me ba me BBI, which is not wrong because only BBI and the system is also not fair to people who are genuinely want to get job to do. That they will go through the system. It's not fair. Ube say na party card odi party oni ayi na to nchen we say constituency that is how we have groomed ourselves into our the new democratic dispensation.
I like the way you label it, the new democratic dispensation. You must necessarily belong to a political party. And sana ubenya baby edu
which is seriously not the way we have to go. Enyekra. So say ebesa ba party for now. Mbasa no ma abeko. So momo madwuma nyombe sese wo nyoma sa and then maybe especially to use that word the common sense will come into most of these situations and then they will set up not to woo young ones or people into the party with the intent of getting them jobs.
But if that's not attractive, how else would the parties campaign?
You see, party no, an avenue. What's it? And no nama obia join the party. Party no, political parties are to come in and manage the affairs and our resources of the country. Say beya, yenina ebe benefit. So you don't come in now for the new food team. Say obe join here. These are easy. So the priority of joining the party, or one miss representing, I'm gonna be join the party. You will get something to do, which is not being the case. Join the party. Make sure say ideals now. You believe in it. Say 24-hour economy. Awujidi. In this banner economy, you also get an opportunity. But no, they will go to them and tell them say, "Ube join the party now." And you see this when they are going on the campaign speech, you see them telling them, come in, we will give you this. And even the top wedding in Andos has on it. So yeah, MC, so yeah, they use it as a motivation for them to work hard. Oba ambassador ebemobi, oba CEO ebemobi, oba ebepe baby amwashe. These are what they use to woo a lot, even the top senior party members, so that they almost do more resources in the party. Into Oba, now for the system, no, a traffic and come one. Was the K and ye? At the side there, me, mammy, Anita, air complaining, say, baby, I did not push you na Unimobia or when I say. No mobiles at the time I said you normally not quite shock on a biso. Then it's auntie. I want you to party in the aquarium to be a committee. Go to the corner, dear. It's very, very bad. And Yanshaya, it will end up in a chaotic situation. People might lose interest in our democratic system. At the same time, party for no so penny for no mom did that they will also manage the party at the as an agency to recruit people for employment opportunities. Now we understand that nobody feels the intent of political parties. We see the democratic system and political parties are earmarked for some of these, but maybe a secondary benefit of being a member of a party, but we should not make it a priority. And nobody here campaign. Even most of the parties are doing it for a campaign. The MPP coming out with this kind of saying new membership winning in Masa mumbro you. And we have a lot. Look at 500,000. And we have a ratio ben abetim bia ya benya percentage.
Anopai na minua baako chiri mu no chiri mu a mass nenka.
Mass nenka o no mass
1%.
1%.
1
of
it's 500,000, 10% near 50,000. So a tenth of it, no, 1%.
Hey, say me mass ni you. There's 1% of the number.
Yes.
And the binya kwenya.
Hey, no. Ye chichema. When I go join you.
Baby, Bibi nya bi na ye no ye be.
But say they say omodi kan at the medicals no omayi manaka nipa be 100,000 no mo show aptitude.
The way we nyare kwa be yare by force because you betimi you wafu.
But there be aware some 400,000 are out.
Protocol no nka ho.
Protocol ni bibi account 5,000.
5,000. And say you be 3,000. But protocols no say no so are very, very, very secured.
Doctor say me and one common. I said the only but in a political partisan democracy, sa enema we is it surprising?
Surprising, they are not surprising at all. So we will be would name the fiber of the Ghanaian politics, and yes, surprising at all. But and this happens so we did not free your orientation about partisan politics. Said the intino because if you am a person joining MPP, me person joining NDC. And I was say I join a banner say me person me boa esum me mind Ghana. So person was suma because you can say the president the chief servant. Now I will share na CBR no. Senka o mind Ghana na o ba beso. But said you na me new opinion di kanka no. Nipa dodo na adwene a ye join political parties ne say woko no wakọ akonya bibi efrimo. Na woko akonya bibi efrimo no. Emmatem biya yenya sa unrealistic expectations bebre. Now, we have a typical example, say, currently NDC is at the Home of Affairs. Na Anita Kasa or Kasano, my main starting free in a Kasana or Kasa, or say, maybe I didn't call you. Really? Yeah. You have to know everyone.
Yeah.
On our university campuses, we have UTAG members that are MPP, that are NDC. They do contributions. It's the fact that you don't see people on radio or on TV shouting like the way you are shouting, following Choboy. They sponsor with their own resources.
Yeah.
It is okay, baby. Now we need to and she is a stranger, as in the way she is putting it. No?
And
in the first place,
no say. Sa, in common one, and pay would say, go for the obisika boy. Omdisika ba. Any year, Yachubu, if one first can anchor ye Juma. And
no problem. In the he said,
position for two boy for one. Positions in your for two boy for one.
But your boy for the Zomunia, the old is roy.
then I'm person me say with on only issue no say oni mo no. It's neither
you don't necessarily have to know
no,
everybody to be able to work with the person. Yeah.
Because your colleagues in baby, I mean, I'm speaking from the academia. Yeah. Omu to talk t-shirts. This I in now. No more. Omu support two things. Omu support out. Obi more minimum conform. Tescom. Omu do more cars. Yeah. Some of these student executives. Yeah. No more than namu krasi campaign. If you think, say, say they see you on television, they hear you on radio, it's a little chess una we member. And I say una we jument bibi I am fama unkwa wonya and I also unkwa na udia ye. In any case, you can say omo ye registered members of NDC. So far, NDC MPP will be our publishing idea. And keep it will say, oh, we were 2 million registered members. We were maybe 3 million registered members. Now, when I say abana yakoto if NDC had 5 million plus, or NDC registered members, they are not. A lot of people voted for the party, and if you are NDC, even if you are vote, other people voted for the government to your party to be in power. Inti se to boy ye hwene saa yi no ne ye ka se me na me ye party ni hwani party ni di okura card na di ode nam campaign ase ana di ono kwa akopesika obi mu so mo ti ache party ya yifo ye wo research na yifo mo teams omo abonti omo achire o when they come to radio omo na chire omo say na mo kwa mo kasa fa say now your line of argument eti e wokoye it the fact say unhu no TV so until inka wo radio so enche say sa nipa no wonye party member. And in any case, how do we na ye hypocrites? All political area ni munna no. Say oppositioner, yes oh, we was here kuntia winner takes all. You was here kuntia winner takes all. Now you are in power. Who cried and umpe winner takes all person within the party no one yes ade ni na ye de. Emma. And the MB say won say Kojo say eba appointment ewo aban mu a menye sure say appointment a president betimi aye apart from general recruitment ebebro so okaso appointee CEOs MCs ne say you ko board we so and do 50,000. If NDC won with maybe over 5 million na ye fan say 5 million they mukra 2 million a registered NDC members obia nyabi. It's what see assistant adwene they join the party any who say base ye chama party for nko a obi anya dey enyabi
omo asem ne say ye nim Dr. Free ni nim say Dr. Free ye som ye Dr. Free ye su nim ye nti pa mama Dr. Free na ye ba Dr. Free ye hu say na ye ne na wo fom ho na nkrofo no amafa omo adwuma no omo nim ye nti ye duru ha wo bisa say na ho ani.
Enti unim Dr. Free obisu nim doctor say enti the fact say unim Dr. Free yem fa Dr. Free yem ko ye ne kire say me ha ye me say ye de makọ ho no me so obi nim me so grofo nim me me fa cho what ya say sana ye hu no but I was say ye hwe no yi asoman na ye start reorient ye hu adwene ye de join political parties no nke was say ye kwa akosum Oman Ghana. But the name say yen kwose ye kwa kwosum Oman Ghana na ye kope bibi nti. E ya hwe primaries no. Na say baba jama de ye ba. And you had certain MPs, hypocrites, ni colleague no mo kwa. Why na betimi aka se wakwa kope MP. Na one to bibi, one ma delegates at least 500 cities. Now, in fact, even on our university campuses, omu koto aba. You will host obi o hono ma one top on chi omo ma wo enwura ho. And wakoye campaign.
You are not serious.
Aponchi omo je ponchi ne mu. One student no wo ko SRCJ you are whole president o. You will host obi o ko ajo de aponchi mu aponchi aye nku no ne ko ansa ne ama ne kwa ama na be campaign.
Wow.
it is a nipa we no udwudi say adwin be nti no wo so wo pese obedi wanim say wo say okope sika etimi kwoto aponche ekoto mo de bre mo ebi wo no emema musika jama ende mo de yes an mo mani na no obedi so no obefa so atese aka no ana wo ye Father Christmas wona Father Christmas inti say ye anhwe yie ne ye anye ya adwini yie ne ye hunu say ade na enye say sika ye kwa akope na wo di sika na chi a wo akoto yi ama nipa na wo gi ni sika wono so kwa wo ye badwenva no se wa ambo na brabo yie bebi san na opanyin ye de ne ko ade na otimi ye na busuafo ni kuromfo beka se inti ye bekoso abo man ne kro no kakra saa ne ye bewie na o man na abo ye wi a ne ye se ko blemi nipa A, nipa B, nipa C. Ena stands the Minister of Interior are taking with Senko be yen pepe sadia anka Kojo nkebe me de. Say yen fama omwa they are fit for purpose. Yeah. Ebeboa irrespective of the any government edi kan ye ya sa this aptitude test ya omudi aben. So omo ye ne fenchem ne ye afa nkrofo a they are ready they are ready they are committed they know what they are about and yes obi offer Kojo Marfo now afre honorable Munta ne ye de ne ko obi wo kura wonye fit physically or even medically kura wonye fit obi wo so kura na adwene the way o si dwene the kasamu enanti wo se wonye fit for purpose in the security service eya me kasa asem we wo other places are make us metina aka mu after COVID in 2001 na efi Koforidua efi Kumasi Koforidua na ka ni mu na me ne one lady pe na na ye civilians apparently no mu ye new police recruits and omu base wo Koforidua na nkomo omu di wo ka ni mu no it you obisa who say can these people gather intelligence senior omu di nkomo ate se omu ye late omu kwa de oye in charge no obi simika se ono de okwa o man 10 cedis obemu agura ma wor then I was like inti ya tika ni mu mienu no munim ye ya mu yemfa say you were a group and you came to join inti ya team no munim ye nipa ban nipa nkrofo na mu di omu nkomo ebubo omu din e wo ka mu no it was a sub group we mu na no senko yo obi pa nke bi ya de ne file rigorous test mu a kibe hunu say akọ the way na adwene osi ekasa our analyzing no man wonye fit for purpose to be a security officer but you will find some of them in this form there abrasu abu hunu say ye wo into the ye security services services ya officers no they are different omo amuko career ne sa official omo ye different what is say ye obi ko bu obi ko misbehave do na agbo say sa January recruit omo a ebi won say the proper training bi na ebi ya de ane na mu a yesi o yetimika at the point in time na obi timika say oh wo de 30,000 20,000 be de be mo akọ police recruit and military but the NDC youth no ma omo en ko bebre nye de bebre because omo a campaign message when they were in opposition say omo ba omo de eno omo be gugu akwam so that people that qualify will be recruited it is what make that promise to Ghanaians na Ghanaians at Wamawa it will be person obey something different yemfa ma omo qualify here omo obi wo ho no ma me say aptitude test ni say me say the results ni bi kirewa I say teachers ye introduce your license now we call marking now we invigil basic numeracy any literacy obia was so person obe kire ade no see the script na ma wa na ya mark the ma wa obu be fun enti we say pa at least ye be hunu nkrofo o ma dwene mu da and in any case now our security services it's not about osonwa. It's not about say we to mabu obi aye. Now intelligence, artificial intelligence. Share Israel, America, Iran. It's intelligence, data, any science, any Usun wase de na drop ya na ejai misala to wa usun wane ne ukura ka amoka de ne be enya hwe it is say ye hia omo a omo adwene mu da ho omo betimi adwene yie ene ye omo ba ye security services ne saa ye dwuma mu na eti eno de memeka se ye so ye be support minister of interior say about with our security ne ba dia yes na omo mfa those that are fit for purpose omo ka say ye ntomamo enye omo nkwa na etoma omo there are other Ghanaians who are more than them that voted for them that if they do those right things na omo ye ne say omo sika say omo be ye na omo sa beto omo it is also ye bo say omo be the right thing na ye say omo be the right thing and that you know na ye maame Anita de wonya abotre na party ni munkrofo bebre wo hono mo so bre omo kura de an point omo nko ba bia na metie dey wo se ba ko ye frɛ no e ma no 500 so an meeting and about 1,400 what were you expecting say you can say be to a certain board so you will be only given a stipend or an allowance for the meeting it is a uko meeting na university me senior man betimi aka say uko meeting e bi oni say you come out 300 Ghana ebi wa nim say you come out 200 Ghana enti won kaka say and na muko meeting wa man e ma wa yi already laid down procedure what amount where you go for certain meetings you will be given enti eno kra ma ye hunu say ya dwene e de corporate position ni bebre say ye kwa akopesika enti utie ni kasa mu ni na so ono no esusu se baabi sika wo ho sen baabi ono enti nka ono no ne yemfa ono mumu nko ho no ono mumu nkoje na wo no abusua baako eburo na ye de bi ye dokono ne ye de bi aka banku ne ye de ebi aya akole na no de ye de ukose ye de koye banku di a wo se de bi mi yemfa anye banku yemfa anko ye kuku yemfa anko kamoli kuku enye saa na e wo se ye hwe ye no ma no
right ye gusu adi nkomo ano pay fache television so na o hwe ye the Daybreak dwumadie na ebrewi nkomo no egusu a ekoso kai say o voice note o text message and o WhatsApp messages no o de bebre na ye no wadi nkomo sa pepepe na ye no ene yen enkasa boya mane ma yenhu se de nkomo no eko na bibia enko kama emfama here we do what we do right and we ensure that bibia beko kama so at the amount AD Auto Car Rentals na ye no edi nkomo na ya kire se de niema no etie AD Auto Car Rentals wadaroma ofa ye womi won na ason yansen ama ye de ebrel AD Auto Car Rentals got you covered se ubedu asantemantemu ubedu kumase afahye bi na wokọ dwumadie bi na wokọ ase waware ebre na aso ayie na wokọ ufri asante akọbiaye fofra ubehia car na ode anante AD Auto Car Rentals ebeboa na womo ama car comprehensively insured na ede wanante the comfort is the exciting part of it anunti any AD Auto Car Rental in nkomo one wo airport runabout one ben DVL children's home it's just a call away at the airport and AD Auto Car Rentals everybody normal be foul now no family no no business community no one de wako baby bia opese okọ na wia wonso be hu se yen ya ye wa hai e wo bibi sronko e de ma AD Auto Car Rentals one ason ya sing ama ofen ye de ebro for 0244 063391 0244 063391 and 0266 439327. If for shaggy reasons you want to show off, just give us a call. We'll give you a car big enough, strong enough for you to show off. For shaggy reasons, I no pay. May or lie, why? Prince March.
Kojo Marfo.
Eti say.
Enyam nyadom.
Ghana man no. Enya fe di agro kra. O ye no den. anope nkomo e wo fidua mu aye di no menim se wonso obete wonte ho ewom party for say won na de party no aba aban mu won de party ba aban mu a esese omhu ehun sunsanso no wo abrabom omukobia ya ese mpanimfo wa esese omhu omhu ewo ho se adwuma ba omuchefa ewom no yemfa ma wo anya hwe Ghana fo aye didi na aban papa aba no omso na de aban papa no aba ti aden ne yeyi omu ayepamu na wo so adodode ewom no yem wo mu ni ono won ya adwen nkomo no wo mu di ne kwanso ano
Kojo be chetie for omajipe na ehwe na no pe na ohun nkomo no metie kam se na me wo backstage na metie nkomo na nkomo ni di no ne kan e bibia wo kakra Kojo untumi nka nkyere mi se the NDC youth are brave no ene osese na ho kyere na mane nka adan a yebu man Kojo techiman South ni pewu when NDC was in tatters 2016 and some floating voters now almost say you see resetting when they turned their back against the NDC it was the base and the core of the party and you could have party in the do and NDC aya corner and the some floating voters now say I flip your back almost say it's yin that make a way in say e me mbu man but otie Madam Anita asema no waka Kojo Enti NDC to me journey outside the box enye bibia emwa boys no because if it's about Ghana for MPP or 40% now NDC or 40% almost Ghana for answer na floating for now be make difference no so party lose the core any base now where party are dead on the ground ye ko campaign how many do omoko Kojo se ne ye boto boya how many ajeso enti say aboto boya ajeso man aye wa kono se GM ba how many dikadi moto ni di animu ba hwehwe ho no mu ba ye panafilela no ne ade ma wo ko gyina za okute GM na ya ewe nyina na ye se komode ne ye kiremu a ese ma ye nka sese baby ese ye ka but eno kire se e wo se mpanimfo a Kojo utie ground me be me ne the research officer of Bantama Khalifa Farouk edi nkomo mene John Kisamu nyina didi look they are my guys the issue is that enebra Kojo offer phone cry free appointees or mumfa you don't even receive your calls you don't even pick ti ono se ne obi edi nim kwa twa so techi man south ebi edi pepper spray ebi edi dem ebi do mon kwa twa so na wabeye me e from po de kansem dem po ya koma so kra umpeki ene wo mu a perceived no mu kaseti aban na wo mu na adan a yeso so wo so kwa NDC basa MPP it got to a time na say ya boys ni kan o mantie eno no mo ne enti je ya gan say NDC ni o qualify by yemfa no adwuma mu hono no sa konya de baabi ne ye pa NDC ni so ba yemfa ma ne nye ono so ya gan ni de ya kan say NDC for be bresu kura competence wo kuro yi mu kura certificate obi nko school nchen obi an obi nya nipa nchen obi sene nsuo ya sa na wi abaye reset na no ntere se NDC ni ba ma na duane nti ya reset na sa o efiefo kom de omo ma bontinfo aduane na sa na ebu man efiefo kom de omo ma bontinfo aduane hwehwe ni mu se o pese o ye fada mo pese mo ye fada for all o fada for all for why man na father for Ghana for you see obewie no nipa na o pese o support no o pese uwe ne ha nyame amwa ni mu no ene yutie Madam Anita so utie ni interview ni ya e kire se e ho na wo no na kasa kra no on feel safe because omu ho ni trimu yie e kire wo se e ba se ne decision bi ho na so mu take e de bo aban ya you not knowing them, you can't even think with them.
But how is that so? Because omwa yebe yi wo no mampani na ehwe na wa yi wo. Dise mampani hwe na yi wo mo de na che so omo ye nkrofo a mampani wa hotoso se won betimi aye adwuma aye de ama wo. Mana anya sa.
Kojo. Maminchia Mayor of Kumasi. in one of one interviews, I say one as another host. Or see or buy who said the homeboys in the doors. The next will create one special force be to accommodate the boys. Sabi na ye kan say when you to me their appointment na when the vote of the master or the king is one, that of the servant too is one. And my young so be and this in obi no be abreche obi boys no omo do mo kan omo kan to ho ma party no. When you people are in V8, they are on the ground in the heated Ashanti region. Omo and do omo kwa ejina police station e bo ballot no ho ban. Na wo nya position we enti wontu me nwene bibia. You cannot create anything. Nasa wo sa. Yeah can no. Eni uko manifesto ni mo a omo policies accommodation for teachers and nurses. Send this mo many brain omo yes on best strengthen and one. Onim bianka be ye. Over the street there is dan no a. The party can identify the artisans omo ye DC for omo ye polling agents. Omo ye party for our polling station one. No my sorted. Like graduates kakra mo so mo ko sa. Yeah can no yen ka say yen pa mo obi a o. But ye kire ne say the opoto amana fionti so di bom na mo kase yen fam bom bi e be kura te polini say na be duro mbehu opoto amana fia wi fia ba mo pam yen say pam yen e yen ka ho ti yen ka ho an say we be ndi opoto amana fi nipa de ne kwa atwa so masa to get sa percentage na nisi fo nya Ashanti region mako do nya dwuma keto wo ha campaign o muso muntie o kasa o muso mu view to win them sa ye be wi abeka say na muntinsim na waba wo power anya hwe na ye chance waba masa de ya pa ne so waba pa ne kom de wo na ya obi de ko ba be down because waba wo power wa so nim se wunya hwe see opportunity sa ba ne so a mo de ye hwe ni mu ye pese ye shows e de ba na o ye show akire wa Dom Hammer his excellency one kai na accommodation cry to obeti an kwampu de to no one kai he took the boys okay time e ba say o mo say JM you fear bibia. Why is this man say ban? These boys are the boys talking. And I must say, Omo for myself, go are you? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So go are you there? So go are you ayate? Okay. Ati. Because look, these guys that we are talking about. Omo krom hanu. Do na so ko school pa o. Me say me ne kasa din kon me ne California din kon no pe me ba omo say me ba. These people are masters. They have a degree ben omo ni bi. Yen kasi yen pamu obi ba yese mun dwini outside the box 1 minute think mama o mayo example say me hu say boys na di machine doors massive let me create something the little that come into my hands me bibi emwa wo the little that comes in what is all the way we are sorted you see I buy no na ba na mo asema na ye kan ya mbese me he campaigned vigorously against the party. Mommy, you see, I say, yeah, be crocro, no, be yen say, a hard voice and a papa. Ye frame a monfa. Ye frame a monfa. But whom are perceived, who pleasing wine. Why not so pleasing? Who pleasing if I corner no, yeah, against also pleasing wine. Many Americans say competency is key. But even in the discussion of competency, there are NDC who are equally competent in this country. You can't agree.
Enti mimi say, enti ase a omu nya no, se obi de program, proposal, project, ekọ abanya so ye bi. Na project ni bibia ebeboa oman no, ebepeja oman no a. Yen hwe se nipa na odi proposal no aba no. Oye party ba na onye party bade a maye mwa na
Bra Kojo ese eboa no ba yenka hunu se campaign balance our election win aba san komoyi me say you can downplay it and say I'm not making sense, but a typical politician who understands that politics is the game of numbers understands this conversation. Yenka se mayam wo bi ntie be kire say against for nkwa na wa adwene omde aba na against for nkwa Bra Kojo they be against for nkwa na they adwene aba against for nkwa na they adwene aba eti komenti in for bi fa adwene ma ye papa ya support what you saying against for nkwa look unim say otiman mu obeboa man ne da ache enyiwanim en condemn ba ko endira ba ko achi ginamfinfini ehu se o ginamfinfini Minim say or center left or center right. Ye nyina obi kan komo na utie komo na you know how obi agina ye nyina ewom. But say who je wadwen say you do election time. Wadwen no utiri mu pone komo a wudi no e shift tilt vote ni ko ba bi wia. Na oma party for ne bra wie. E do mo wi twa na ka chem so kwa na wa idea doso. Ideas say doso. Na ko jo pa ideas a lecturers wa on make chiro proposals as boys na tro on make chiro no me gu shelf so bebre nya against for nkwa na why ideas bra kudu
the conversation well anunti ne yema wakwanya say bra wo hwe no nso de ewuhu ne ewote de opese o kira adwen wo ho no na woni edi hu nkomo fache television so na ye wei ebre ti say dem de ato anim na edi auto car rentals wa daroma se nkomo no eye ohwam eye ofa won na enam ema ye de ebrel edi auto car rentals won wo airport runabout wo ben DVL children's home just a call away on beba be foul na de wako baby esese de woko enkomo no fa baako eno no de atoso mienu a ye gibre na yedi eye his excellency President Kofo ena wadi nkomo bi ye hwe video no na afi yamra
of necessity must blossom from the seeds of its own success. There is a particular kind of leadership that Ghana must now usher in, building on our collective endeavors, one that understands the difference between noise and signal, one that resists the lure of slogans and insists instead on evidence, on historical precedent, on the patient work of institution building. My own political tradition has always held that governance without knowledge is a gamble. Dr. Dankwa was a philosopher. B.J. Darocha was a jurist. Professor Buzia remained a scholar even whilst governing, and the rousing speeches of J.H. Mensah grew from years of learning and research on the front lines of governance. They understood something fundamental, that the work of thinking and the work of governance can never be separate activities. They are indissolubly two strands, or if you will, conjoined dimensions of the same responsibility. This is what I see when I look at the roster of speakers you have assembled for this webinar. Scholars who have dedicated their lives to understanding Ghana's literature, its political formations, its social structures, and its gendered realities. Their insights don't form to be squirreled away in journals until discovered years from now by other scholars. They circulate, they inform, they challenge the lazy assumptions that often pass for public debate. This is the role of the academy in a functioning democracy, and it is why your work deserves both resources.
Edinsem ekoye ma ye kenkan ma no so wutie his excellency nsema president Kofo ka no say ase say baby aya bedu no ye mo bia mra bi obia si so ye hwe no ye nta na chi mo mra mi amemu aye ka ho asemi so obi bedi mampani ana ye ma obi tumi no ehia nimdie adwene nyansa ene said ye no but o se dan sen o hwemu din a as obi aka ho bi ndie ma obi akwan obi aka ho bi ye ma obi akwan no emo ama mamu enko said ye sese ko doctor say president Kofo nko no
follow eti say o hwe nipa na o dis ankomo na no one no say ade o se ye twe adwene ekoso ye President Kofo will be as a technocrat, as a young lawyer in those times with politics, or he will be earlier. And he was a certain experience. I did you or the bear flag bearer. The call first one winning, call second time were winning. And when he won, there is a certain legacy. And a lot of people who are in MPP say, okay, say, Ubisane said, the 18 or MPP money say, you know, okay, anything about President, MPP, or we pointed to, oh, President Kofo did that, he did this, he did that, or you see, or buy, or you see. Then say, we will be with experience, you know, or a lot of experience. Now, some of our can say, I'm nimdie anana yamfa nyansa na ebu ana nimdie na edibu no ayɛ te sɛ woto chacha anaasɛ wobɔ chaskele ne yɛ adwene anaasɛ me ne nyɛ adwene me ne yɛ adwene because amamuo sem enye ade a ɛyɛ agorɔ enye ade a ɛyɛ a ɔmoka mo sɛ matra makpɛ sɛ try and error yɛ kɔso ahwɛ ɛbɛyɛ yie anaasɛ ɛnyɛ yie sɛ unim de yɛka sɛ wonim de a ɛnyɛ ha no koraa ɛnyɛ yɛnhwɛ nimdeɛ ne kɛkɛ as in knowledge kɛkɛ the right application of the knowledge a ka bia yɛtafrɛ ne nyansa ana wisdom. There is no aspect of ye or mine now bit me at this year. From our security services, our health, education, agriculture. Sa no mani na ye hia obi a wo nimdia obitimi aye sa adwuma. Obitimi aye sa adwuma no so no nipa ba ko nko aso ntimi nye sa adwuma no. Because wo nipa ba ko ntimi nye health expert, enye education expert, enye security expert, enye economy or economic expert. Itu be hia nkrofo bebre. Itu be hia nkrofo bebre no. Die ne nkomo a wo kire ni na ne se tembia no enye se bia yesi oh we ye member we nye member nti na nipa no woni the technical know-how and I will near come to walk around. I did be brave, ye buya niguso, even soft skills. You can have the technical know-how, but you need a very good interpersonal relationship with people. You need a team player. Untimini crofo brave juma. Into obi or honor I did be honor even at a glance, no. Could be a becasaqua will beat my dear. Nenso, ni subai binti. And the way I was want me Adam Crofo enye juma and achieve the same goal in tea. Yenti me mfa say jumano emma asemesi. Na ni na ya ne free knowledge aye President Kofo ka ho asem no. Tumo say earlier on worry abeka say of course we MPP ni to obebubo UP for company for omo ba their contributions and their professional background, meaning say even before the politics, you know, na omo wo bibia omo ye omo dey trained in certain fields. But say there na yehunu ebi mu a career politician. Wo see so no won share da enye wonu adwuma bia in a specific trade area. And Quebec say we were into agriculture, we were into banking and finance. We be into health, into but now no the mama need say currently so we had a crop of politicians around now. Ubo say bi mu adodo na abi o no ma build a certain capacity dada. And I say even no nyambe ye opanyini pa bi a certain area umu na akwa sorry we ka say nipa we the area see sa nimdie ni hia pa enya sa tembia no unse with campaign ubetimi aye a lot of slogans 1D 1V 1 day state 1 dam now I can say SHS no I can say ya a better implementation no na wanya certain challenges 24-hour economy utia the resetting but it goes beyond the slogan. Once you win power and you are the helm of affairs, you need people that have the technical know-how, people that have the soft skill, and people that can achieve whatever purpose I'm more achieve as a government or based on the kind of manifesto model ebae. Inti media mene President Kofo ya adwene wo ho say and he said our political area no and he said de mema obia keke e wo se de ma nipa wonim de and right chi na me child e class na me students ni bi kasa say bi wa so ya say oh politics is not good and I say politics enye me catch me students say student bi a me shi obia me catch say politics here pa Eye pass who dream say who ni papa. Get into the politics. Because whether you like it or not, it is the politician, the warring power, one no be control security. One no be control health. One no be control educational sector. Inti se wo kase politics enye and answer politicians enye. Inti if you are a good person don't get into politics. Who are the even politicians? Enye mene wa ene bi ko join MPP, ebi ko join NDC, ebi ko join CPP, ebi mu ko join Afrafranto. Inti se until say ye na ye dwen say ye nim de. Ni ye say nim say ye betima aye papa no. Ye di ehun be wura into the body of our politics. We are very fine gentlemen now. At the both divides of the political life. You've met a nice person. I was saying him dear nyade eye ejuma. Nti ya ye wo omani mu na at any point in time. Yen hwe se sebasi ye kwa akoyi obi a. Yen koka se we na me hwene wa. We na me ni free krom baako. We na me ni free emmom ne ye dia kwa akoyi nipa no. Na yen hwe bisa ye ho se nipa no wo kwa wo ye obi ebetimi di adwuma na ma na obede obetimi aye. Normally yenye just about even qualification. With qualifications said na mean you say ikai. So when you get to our university sir when you tag omo ye NDC here and na MPP here bu say top management ne say ni na obetimi nya a professor in say the specialty ya wo ye panyinikase pa in an area omo all the device it is about qualification there obi a obi but there was a bisa ne say nipa no wo ye koduru no ana ase wo nimdie na obetimi e dia ya ma oman because at the end of the day no ni na ye hwese oman ni be yeye oman ni be yeye so a good leadership a omunim de omopese omoye a omo betima set objectives obetimi achieve within a particular time so who nim ne dia nimdia obetima ka say o meye say I will recruit 1 million people, 100,000 people in first 100 days. Ne say, ubeba be do o de ama ayini ma wuya, adwuma no wo e kwa hin a wonya. Adwuma no wo hin, na ugo se wonya adwuma no. Se wo de hwe security ayi kura de e kan. Ti ugidi pa se the way is orient here. Ewo SS. Se security ayi de em so mo basic ayi SS. Any universities. Senkia orient o senka wo nyini uwie na wo wa wo koseti apadwuma no wa for obi a ye be nya nkrofo over 400,000 am ma apply so mo ko pay security job akoya ebi e nduru 2% nipa ye be fa nduru 2% because adwuma no du bebre ni ho na ya adwene mu na ye se me ko wie school ana me ko suansa na adwuma me wi a me kwa kopa aban adwuma ye Abayajuma yena yenkum. Yena.
If people understand this, then we will not have some troubles. Dr. Osei Nkomo and the Prince Maminsan Emrao, President Kufuor raises a number of issues, and for some of us, if you say Nkomo no SSE engage no, should all party positions come through an election? Should it be how much money I owe? Yen shas yena yen hwe nimdie ahoden nyansa kwan ya nipa no ebetimi di aboa na.
Kojo medase bi. Ba o me sre bisa kakra. Mampeni dada afi na wotufu se yen hwa na se over the years yan hwe ana afi na ya hwe nti yen to aso.
I'm sure his narrative the concerns are ever in recent times. The fact that there's too much of influence. Who say comfort taubi echi ya dene bagidigidi. Ubisa who say in their own closet are they convinced that say ni pay odi party in any more constituency ni mo ebeboa odi party in any at the regional level ebeboa at the national level even at the national positions ebeboa na.
Okay. Me fair free say ye problem ni ye say leaders are atwam any their what is CCA or make fail so benya a clear national policies clear national policies are a bit develop your mind. We say, look, on my papa being who we are here, or meet me developing with party manifesto. Party manifesto are crafted to meet the current situation to win vote. And the Kaya, former President J.J. Rawlings, or Division 2020 by. Sabi, okay, sir, draft now. You man no pesi achieve the rural electrification. Ya the woman na you say yetumi achieve ana. Yetumi achieve ya den. For President Kufo, if the fine policies are na uhwe bia na enye meant for the current situation at the time. But now ye crafted for the future. Nen to aso ko si say. Look, my mention say free say. Abra former President Kufo buy no. Anu who said that we have to strengthen the basic school. Into FQ constitution, when I say Shemukina, and all the capitation grant to buy. Or the buy no the school feeding back on send a crabbing cassette into one school. And he say, what is the state of the capitation grant? What is the state of school feeding? And a school feeding being all Ghana, no junior high school in Ghana is on school feeding. It's primary schools. And Accra now, even primary school company, you mean I selected. And enkura organic nyina omo ye enkura nyom nya ne didi junior high school nkura omo age near 12 to 14 obi en didi public school but SS4 didi SS ni na owo 17 18 or to aban odidi now enu firi hono wo hwa yera John Dramani Mahama or the e-block buy the idea was to ensure say at least anya hwe kra no akra de se wo ko school nemum emeyem fa akra nko school man ho nkɔkyere ne kyerebɔne na wo sa akra nko school no fo ne fu ne nkɔtwere na nkɔtene fiasa nkai sa na mi hu no because situation we komu obekomu wo school honom no enye situation e de mani pada sani so wongo sua de emfa mebɔ bra enti yenye enti oye obeduru ba bi no government e buy no ne to aso there was a gap Daybreak kan wrem eti free SHS undoubtedly is one of the best policies, but free SHS was not crafted to solve unemployment. If it was meant for unemployment solution now it's a free TVET na grammar school ne bona ho TVET no akwani ria or skilled or will be kura ne nsem on the dan aban but politics inti yes ni nyina free ni nyina free a grammar school na fans wo ho we are unemployment piling up. And here it is here gaze. Inti na bra Kojo nwa say omaya ye see ye wo planners ahodo professor for mo no munim de church on krata ne nwoma. Ye wo ha ye kwan no na nkese ye tu na ye wa di move kwan ho na ye mbu ha na ye ntwimu ye tre kwan ne mu nko. Oman bie ni hono a omoto omo dwene hyehye man ye be ni sa. Tena mi buza sa question initially no. Say ni amampene da ka ne de. Say sa na etie dia mimi hu ni sa. E man ne daba obi aba no odwene how obetuma nya vote ne ene pe na odwene onwene chena because even planning see a planning man a how say ye e kwan a ye be ye nim say future e kwan e highway e dual carriage near the a farmer obi assistors later or wise ye ba be tu tie bebubu man ye planning a professor for a planning say nim therefore by a planning ni how say on my team it is one of our basic and pressing need a housing. Social housing may a topical issue in this country da. Almost so some afafa. You almost saw my saglam ya kwesi say. And now me no kase asokoro mampo. You say is that affordable housing really affordable? Enti ye no nyo me pressing and ye pressing my ye. Aduane ye problem. Enya aduane wansa na yakofa nto so aba onipa kokko wi. Say what man mu wonim say and therefore send a knowledge that former president KA Maslow theory of needs actually say nipa hia aduane hia atare hia be odi ntibeto ehia che bibia wiase ma yenye ho hwe nto so be say kokokra ne nipa kwa akowu yeti kroyi mu how many textile companies na buying point na say ye improve how many ye China infiltrators abe no ma beje no ma gu adwuma no intermediate safi ne ye be there fine but SHS former president for the 4 years by statistically omutwa chen batch bia ekosi say ye done no because of politics 4 years in the doors do yenye te meanwhile see e quality dia ka for ne better changing no tie man ne say that change asem David ene ya anene galam so ayetui omo reason ne ya den ene di wie nsuo ne saya nchirima ba no manye nso no man fa that is the mentality ti omo so omo fight galamsey ne no why are they reluctant uti MPP for come omo say galamsey no omo tackle so hard with fist and iron hand no e kan omo lose election and now uti NDC dey call so a unso omo so ya like adese as yase because ordinary and they really meant to crack down ensuring sustainability of this country in terms of yensuo ne forest and sustenance going forward but the be ya na ebenya vote intima penida da se na wo ho na wo hwe de ekoso o mayin se nsuo mpo ye se no the poison gum anu mawu because ye see a pesca na e kire o man kro na wo ka ho asem man kro ni the Kojo media to be very honest with you for knowledge we have a lot of people even with ministers I appoint you parties in the bar even within or more party in the corridors no what me say your onkofo ni bo no ma omo ye meant for the job in the party but the connections from onya appointment no say ka say nka yen crossing kofo obi oni mumbra nka no so ye but even within the party kra no obi qualify and farmer no na wa akiri nti ye mind the Kojo e da ba we left ti ye sori anopa na ya ye bia na ya ne akwakoda ade e chia ne asaba ba ye bia ne asori ne akofi ne akwakoda because what ti man mu na nsuo osei na entumi cracking so down me no we disam come weapon nti we are sure say Ghana we to share say we to defend here Dabi Ghana man see ya ye ntumi embo ye nsuo say oni o man bi nya ntokwa the first no target ye nsuo because nsuo no nya say nsuo no you don't even need to even use any missile on them by poisoning their waters you are done with them you finish them ye nkase timai men kofo bi de aboadwene say nsuo say bibia tikroma de samana na nam ho for home because he did election is our mind way him dear ben bim na aka bra Kojo
Dr. Free
yeah
nim dear leadership President Kofo gets worried about the kind of leaders who are coming out of our system you be anything
no Kojo what President Kofo can sometimes what's a President Mahama Akufi no asaba into a case in bia maybe he was on no mistake but o caught na chi ba mistakes be will repeat be on say repeat be until when people are speaking from experience there's a whole lot of things different between say will be kasa from experience no be all kasa from it be only experience and I say all kasa from and you be like say be so for be on married and normal counseling so I say who say I don't know there will be difference when somebody was married and Oma counseling. So into that perspective, it do baby a here pa. So President Kofo making that statement. On no opportunity be a sama bem on ye bibia, but he might speaking from be our nefi wa ba bem wa opposition. Oh yes, wa ba bem wa nefi and wa a governance system. And this statement now President Kofo making honorable chairman are making that statement. Say, I think about a month ago in the interview. Say, command ki biti nya kwa ni mupa. But the way you didn't professional baby without say omuni certain knowledge or background bintino. And he was even mentioned ministers. Say o pekin minister. Na minister any idea of the ministry that is going. And you're very critical. You share or money in the year. Say, but who's attorney general? They call their who's any background and yeah, but somebody going for trade. The person has not have any background in trade. Now, because the chief director no one and man that advisor. And he was say no wasn't here faster. But because says how we now momo yenti mean because the minister is a chief advisor to the president based on the area near their man. The person doesn't have any knowledge, any background. So how does that person advise the president? So, sometimes, maybe we need to think through. The president, and what? Because no, we are not looking at that. So what if he? No time, the time, the constituency. No. When people go through a process, now what in China or can be because maybe that's why I said, say, be no problem, say, baby, or one crime, no, my mistake. But at the end of the day, no, but
is it not worrying? And to say, Chairman, and they are okay. If you want to assess an individual and you are looking at it like a constituency, then or yeah, now OMP our constituency, then there's all your. I have a difficulty with the understanding of what should happen. The constituency then is all against you. Asphalt. Now MP Ben a bit me asphalt walk the crew. Hospital. Or the DSK. So then a facilitation as some year can another. Say a facilitation there, when who said when Jinam Rashebe Kasa about advocating for the constituency, that would be justified. But Omianya Nipano chiches kami at the mantemu, a central government. I have a difficulty when people say the minister or born a home modern or the day they're born a home modern. They are binding a shan and Sassonia. Yeah. And all shaman I ye. This is what shama buying the so ya now born a basso are fine. By Oko ministry, why is it or the Wansika? If they are doing well, then it's the government policy that is working right. Yes. But really, the kind of leaders we are producing today in this country, maybe internal president go forward concerns. Oh yes, definitely. We say we share a lot of even crowd agencies, state agencies in the Prana. People, or even the minister, or even the president. Your area, like a clear state agencies, sports authority, why? You can't be creative and innovative enough to change that small area. And maybe many presidents before you this is chief executive. Yes. Say or that leverage of understanding even the local government system or how I also lead the BR winner. You see, the way I said Dr. Sekan and then remember more yet about physique or whatever is here. India. And to quote no example Israel you didn't media AI. So if the person doesn't have those basic requirements, how would the person translate government policy into reality? So when there was some policy answer saying we will have a lot of we might see that we are doing something better, but we are not doing nothing. And that is a challenge. Whilst I have a concern with all positions being elective, I get worried because again, baby, I appointments a crown because of district assemblies. 1/3 now you can't say government appointees. The law says that you identify areas of shortcoming. Yeah. Amongst the elected. Yes. Then you bring in those people. Personnel. In the last 15 years, all government appointees have become party people. Into what competencies? It is not to say so many competencies, but what competencies? And assembly ne lack. Yeah, omode bebwa. Omode beboa.
No, that is what your critical examples be. Yes, a government appointee or KME. KME, what are they lacking that the government appointees want to come? So what they tell so where they you. Ubeshemuno. Na chise minim ebia na I don't want to say it one way and I can say but you know on where party. Nti yen hwe your system ni and yamma ye nneoma na beye nyina yengum ni enko nyina yenya enko and then we don't base on competence, we don't look at other areas of expertise that the person is bringing on board. And una akofa tise ntoko ya beya omo ku tise na Dr. Seka say Obi might be a UTAC president or lecturer. He might even be feeding the NDC regional or whatever with research data. And so you don't have to know the person before you think that the person is contributing to the party. If you data no the monocran and una mo de grounds to the BBA. So, and you know, let's look at where our background and the knowledge to the president we have to look at it very, very well. Very, very, very well. And why we are not moving as the faster as we thought that we are doing. A lot of, should I say garbage? It is a boom baby. And Obama president can't so bread. President can't so bread because in to be creative problems. Ewo yedina kotoa wonu anka se nimu bibia no sa creative problem because enkrofo na nam no so obenya appointee ni ntino eno so ye ntimi nyini ye a whole lot kasa mebubo bebre because yedin enkrofo pushi ko ha without any competence, any knowledge ne obi so de obi sponsor obi ko ha because that party na ba position no omoche ebia menua prince wo na abo ayema ye ba ntino me de eyama a DVL amount. Maybe a doctor say also na abo intimate a National Sports Authority amount. Now kofo bi abanti say ni papa no competence only competence nya tam near the number because Mr. Dr. Sen and then by Princess Son and then by. That is how the mechanism is. Enti once I the number no so won nim because obo a party nintino. I was say you didn't fit in.
Yeguso ayedi nkomo o my Ghana na nchichiriye ehu nsem na yede ebrewa no pay onso wakwanya so obefre ye sabri na oni yen edi nkomo on 020-633-4646 020-633-4747 and pay ya bon nkomo bebre wo fidua mu yedi nkomo afa kwan a enne road safety nhyehyeye foforo yede ba no yese police ni gina ho a ehun hia so obisa say you license man no yese nhyehyeye no ema ho kwan ama bibia ay automated into hia na ope license a no abo license number man o queue in a yese say ohu eno eye nkomo ni mu baako ene o jampo traffic a cameras na be pickle na assign no receipt say the one at na brochire ne say ye no na wakotua wade ECG say said the enkofo afaso ebu omu pose hit and run ya hiti pole no bu no adwane ko say no so de ka ebre wo nti apart from maintenance a ye ho adwuma no one of the challenges are wo sisi hit and run of niema so Ghana police ane police penny o asantema mu adi ho nkomo se omo ni na ho ma wo mo na omo hwe kwan omo be fa so a omo be chichi saafo no na eno nso e de oye ne ebre wo mo eno achi 5,000 people we are only picking 5,000 out of the 500,000 people who applied. These are concerns anope yedi ho nkomo ba bibia obi anu nso betimi akira adwen e be fa call no na yahwe kwan o my Ghana ever so afan ntoma pa efra kai say AD auto car rental wadaroma ene de sa ofan ebrel fra 0244 063391 0244 063391 and 0266 439327 0266 439327 27. AD Auto Car Rentals. One will Kumasi Airport Runabout. Woben DVL. Not children's home. If you want to do a getaway, you want to go have a good weekend, AD Auto Car Rentals. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Opening down where the enough you.
About your family, this my country. About recruitment now, I'm way on at the end. Me say, I'm off for you that. Na, you see, I can move per DD. No more, I I'm more training school. I'm the Kobo Moka. Fancy. Madam Massey, the Ghana for me and friends and Yajuma. The boy, I feel so spiritual just rent allowance. I'm so much here. May do that. Moment behind Embrana, Yen and move, and tax room. Bye bye.
Yeah, that's it. And okay, also bit me a friend. Ama yedin komo. If there are messages, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Pastor Family Diana, I'm a free chopper.
Yenti o anope.
Anope the studio high for Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Now make a president Kofa, former president Safamili. And then you to know the dear work am wow. What up more I'll move you. I'm like a way 9 years, just what I say. The 9 years. Now the young man can show part and is shooting at a phone in every time. And go for the I never go for the woman, you mamma. I must know my past.
That's it. I don't pay anyone drink or the a brain or fatcher television. So, Oba, you be doing como AD Auto Car Rentals at Daroma and a deal of Fain Ebro. One will come and say airport runabout will be in DVL and Afi Children's Home. Hello. 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 All right. For those of you who are celebrating your birthdays, okay. Good morning.
Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Open it here, one opay.
But I'm person. Go ask them now.
All right. We seem to have a challenge with a caller. Is he still online? Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Bacho, down where the na yanu ninkomo.
Your friend. Your friend, Sammy. I got a free quadrant.
Sammy Yentio.
Catherine is really say, Ghana, they be a country, say you to know any in I was no. Them pet a juma is ya. Now, Ghana for parties, you know, say we me or NPC or MPP no. And ya dear boy. Then you Ghana for the ever 2 money behind you in I. Hey, said you bet me a boy and you didn't pay when I cheat the idea. They know I'm a contractor. If it's a no, any idea what's in I. But the ever be any attach in your head, a boy.
That's it, Anope. And so I want to wish our friends and our loved ones who are celebrating the day a happy birthday. If there are no calls at this moment, let's wish Frank Nana Yeboah. Frank Nana Yeboah is a member of the NDC communication team, Akwetia constituency. Nana Kaakyire 6Am is wishing you the best of the day. Frank Nana Yeboah. It's also the birthday of Atapeni and Atakakra. Atapeni and Atakakra, you are celebrating your day. This is from Sister Florence of Oyepa TV and FM, wishing you the best of the day. Sana Anope Enchiastron from Ama Sapoma Entry. And it says, Osti, today is your birthday. You are a member of Higher Life Assemblies of God Church. Higher Life Assemblies of God Church. Osti, today is your birthday. Your membership is wishing you the best of the day. Abushafo a ne eyamo awoda no yesre osuru nhira ene adom ede mamo. Mbenimfo Okay. Road safety in common, I don't know whether, but that's what they are saying. Mami, I'm taking a minute from you, doctor, or say, once they say the way driver Nina Namwa, police for Shiawa, Nyafina for license, Blammy and Hesimbia, give them the number, the queuing. Good news?
Good news. But the same thing. So the number never more. Number no, why we are good to man, say, what should I go baby, maybe more.
As it is, I won't answer what tro. Said the Bay, what can't you what can't check you? Yeah, and they get
a good idea, mom. Say, a beer, two bobby to measure will be. Can a number no? Yes, we are also producing to go to make us any pack in a coffee bra.
Aye.
What say, will waste you time and I say, as I say, especially so person or a store TV before you. Now I am and which make us all the pack in a coffee. So I will say, Ubija okay, see one and can be fear sentiment by walk as sentiment for coffee alliances. If you walk out, can you the chain is oh, photocopy of and this and want it to. And we say, Adia, and Kay Fanny say, ye said your music and I need now some moody boy at home by. A moody boy at home by said a bear, the old tricano, and him say, one that was setting training. Obey me a training ye, the aqua could do as soon dream with
Prince.
Good news? Yes. And I say, more chica, you see, will be a license, Shanawana.
And I said, a bit more, and I'm the police for an jail. Na akoya asem fufuru
enti the question then is police for won kwan say o moje o license e ma ne kwaya asem fufuru ana yeah problem ni say baby I say a channel communication econo ye mfa nko ya say ye do ho mon kan police for say how they treat drivers on the road is not the best they are dog kicking o do pa ka chen say u kra o mbona o ka se park well u be gino be 1 hour I think that you say u twen card na kasa ma no kra no ono ni scan wo pe o yes eh bibi na wo pa check you e scan ene create ni o check street so boys mo na etwi car sa omu kra driver's license cover anom this car shame omu kra license omu twi di ono license na kasa kwa no de oni bi the issue is that yen country police for IGP non country police for say the way they treat drivers on the road enye ne kwan so no na ni panikwa license kra so on park we yi ani yaman. If you say no offer bribe, or put you into that sort of stressful situation. Now what offer bribe? It's ukra card crisis and shepark well I will say a bobo number now monko check in out.
Dr. Free, good news.
Prague account.
BB account.
Vehicle.
Abobo account.
Nah, it's a account.
Cha. Also bet me will say police in here now. Or check you road ready. Now be Prague ya ni abobo ya pa na chia BB say na fi dey what do you call now say ono dey yen checking the road ready.
Na me nya nka wo fi dey.
So but you know can say who avoid the trafficker they will catch you.
Yes, the cameras will pick you. Yeah.
So how can certain system cannot check whoever is driving? Because what I know, certain countries, no opportunity. They just use a scanner. They have a scanner. They will scan your number. They will know the details of whoever that is driving. Even if there's a issue, be say why our offense, a traffic offense, I know about traffic offense and that that system now will be. Then now,
I'm sure that's where we are getting to.
Yes, but the number now, say, or they money that is where I have an issue.
They have numbers.
Yes.
They have a system.
Yes.
They queue.
There should no need for you to come out with a number. Number plate, scanning the moment they scan, or even driving license, you scan be what today was a day. They cannot scan that. There's no need for a driver to mention the numbers before you key in. That system also need to article.
We are going into a digital system. Our experiences in life, I'm a digital system. No, I boss what you create one. Then on so but we will progress. I will progress. Ebusian for no pain so so I be doing. Ote doctor say enka. Ote Prince Techi enka. Sana, Dr. Samuel Efriye, Medini Kojo Marfo. On behalf of the technical team, production crew, and you will be Boami Edi Jumedi Ebrel, Afia Chumwa Kaakyire, the Maestro, and the executive producer Kojo Owusu. Nyame on come home.